Oh, my hair looks so shiny. With the gel in it, really glistens over here in the light. Light's better over here. I guess I'm closer to the camera now.
You're like a bald guy.
Just
shining.
Shining over here. See the texture. That's good texture. Volume check. That's good. Yeah.
All right.
Red leather, yellow leather.
What?
Hey, you gotta warm with that voice.
exercises.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Nice. These tables the same height?
Yeah.
Okay,
You're just short.
I can't. I think all these chairs are like slightly different heights too.
Yeah, I need
It
to.
like makes me.
Let me. Oh, we look
Yeah,
more professional.
You're further away from the camera, so maybe it'll make you. No, you still look like a
I
giant.
still look
yeah.
like a giant. Well, I
Still
kinda
look
am
every
compared to
bit
you.
of 6'4". Yeah.
Yeah. I measured 6'5" at my last physical.
Dang, 6'5".
Still growing.
Yeah, I won't get past 5'9". I'm capped at 5'9". Cletus, I don't know where you get your height from because your dad is what,
Like 5'4".
Yeah, if he's that short, I was gonna guess
Well, he
5'6".
was 5'6". He shrunk.
Okay, the barn shitsfoot takes a few inches off.
Yeah,
you.
it takes quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. He carries himself like he's a solid 6'2".
I don't know about
attitude.
that. Nah, well, yeah, with how loud he is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Love that guy.
Well, what are we doing for intro music today, boys? We got any small talk? Anything you guys want to talk about?
What's really grinding my gears?
Cletus wants to go. We got the debate that's after this. We're recording this on a Tuesday. That's what we're going to be recording all year on Tuesdays to recap all of this football and preview the next week. But yeah, so debate's coming up here.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Yeah, it's the same rules as last time, which Kamala tried to change. Like, she tried to get everything reversed that whenever he debated Biden, he pushed for. So it was like, what the hell? But yeah, I'm excited.
What can you expect,
I'm excited to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna bitch about everything.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's politics, baby.
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
We need something like the NFL's back. We need something like a. I don't know. The boys are back in town. I don't even know what that song is actually
No,
called.
you know how...
It's by Thin Lizzy.
Who?
Thin Lizzy.
Thin Lizzy?
Yeah, I believe so.
Like
Boys-
Thin Elizabeth?
Yeah. Are
What?
Yeah, Thin Lizzy.
Nice.
That's got to be like a one-hit wonder.
Oh.
So it's a chick?
No, it's a black guy.
Oh. Boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. That wasn't terrible.
Boys are back, NFL is back, and we are back. Week 1 review, Week 2 preview. Welcome back to the Lost Off Sports Talk podcast. Today's Tuesday, the 10th of September in 2024. And here on episode 37, I'm joined by Keegan Crop, Cletus Smith. I'm Cody Crop. And yeah, like I just said, we're back to reviewing exciting Week 1. NFL is back.
Guys, we have real football to talk about again. We're not just watching film from something that happened in the past. It's not theoretical. It's not what could, should, might happen. This did happen.
It's what did happen, and some of it's kind of unbelievable.
Some of it's kind of ass. Not gonna lie.
Actually, there was very terrible offense, but that's expected.
Yeah,
but it's football. We can't complain.
And
quarterback
it's week 1.
play was ass. Let's get that right off the top.
There was only one 300-plus yard passer, and that was Tua.
That is Tua. That's insane. That should have.
Tyreek Hill got arrested.
Yes.
At like 10:30 right before his game.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Dog.
And then Calais Campbell, his teammate, got arrested too, pulling up to the scene.
Yep.
Got put in handcuffs as well. Yeah.
He was saying call Drew, I think. Drew Rosenhaus, I think. Is that his agent? I think that's his agent.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
I thought he meant like Dr. Drew, and I was like,
That'd be awesome, too. Yeah, I mean, call him in.
I feel like
I think he's talking about Drew Rosenhaus.
I don't know. Obviously, we're a bunch of white guys. We don't really know the whole lingo of like a football player or even like of the African American culture. But I don't they call a lot of people Drew, or they call a lot of people like Brody. They call a lot of people Brody. Right?
I honestly haven't heard either of those.
What? I swear, like Brody means something. Urban Dictionary, I guess, has all the answers.
Oh, yeah.
Urban.
So while you're
we have
looking
we have rural dictionary,
rural dictionary.
Farmer's Almanac to be real.
Yeah, you're right. That is Yeah.
Oh,
that's
Brody's another way of saying bro. That's
okay,
it.
That's kind of what I thought.
I thought it was gonna be something like cabron.
We're just a bunch of honkies.
But
We don't know what's going on.
Very much
Yeah.
so. We just like talking about football.
yeah.
But yeah, did you see the body cam footage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of messed up.
Yeah. a little
Yeah.
bit.
Hey. Okay, well,
Yeah, we can get into it. Well,
No,
depending.
cops were Mexican. That's all I can say. Or
I heard the accent.
Yeah, they were like
Which
all,
I guess
they
isn't
all had
too-
strong accents.
It's not too surprising because Miami.
It's Miami.
Yeah, it's Miami.
So, but
They were-
still,
no,
that doesn't
like
change
Cuban.
anything.
Yeah, they would
Yeah.
probably be
Dominican.
Cuban.
Yeah,
Dominican,
I mean, they all
Cuban.
speak. I don't know. Does Cuba speak
They were
Spanish?
all that. There was only like 2 white
Yeah.
guys. Did you see? There were like 4 motorcycles behind them.
Yes.
At the,
That was all.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I
no,
didn't
that
get
was
it.
like to start, and then like 2 more cops
Yeah.
pulled up, and I was like, "Why are they running 4 deep?"
Serious. Well, Cody,
idea.
Cody, you're a car guy. Well, did you see the video?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
driving
What was he
a
driving?
McLaren.
It was a McLaren.
McLaren?
And it
Oh.
sounded nasty.
It wasn't a Senna.
I honestly don't know. I don't look at supercars because I know I can never have one.
It definitely wasn't an E1.
That's actually really smart.
Yeah. But it was sweet.
Tyreek Hill's car. I just want to
think
know how fast
It might be a
goes. 'cause
720S.
This is the fat. Oh yeah, it is 720S.
Oh, I'm good.
McLaren
Nice. That's a good
720S
pull.
top speed
I'm gonna guess like
They go like
190
2
or 210.
220.
212 miles per hour.
I said 210. I win in Jeopardy or whatever
Damn.
the show is.
And I went over too.
Yeah.
You're right.
Damn.
Well,
You can't
I don't
nasty
know.
car.
I figured he'd be driving a fast car because he's the fastest guy in the league. But yeah, I saw that. I was like, yeah, it was kind of brutal. I mean, he did put up his window, but it's like
Yeah,
at the same time, it's like it didn't have to escalate to that.
Yeah, I don't know if that.
They were
deserves
definitely. You
getting
could
thrown
tell.
on the ground.
You could
Seriously.
Yeah, you could tell they were on a power trip.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
because you
facts.
heard that
He's a
that-
celebrity.
That video cam footage, wasn't it from that guy? He like turned around, walked to the back of the car, and like said, all I heard was like him say Tyreek Hill. So like they kind of knew who it was.
Well,
and they
yeah,
turned back
whenever
around.
you run the plate,
right,
they
yeah.
run the plate before.
That's true. Yeah,
Thought this guy looked familiar.
yeah. He
This
played
guy's
for the Florida
fast.
Panthers. Nah, not the Panthers. All right. Well, what we're going to be doing today, since we're in the NFL season, is going to be a little bit different. So we won't be having our latest around the league or apparently segments. So it'll just be all the important news and rumors with each team. It'll be mentioned when we get to each game and each team. So with that being said, we're going to start off today with the Week 1 review, followed by a segment that's great. I think, was this going to be called something different?
Yeah, last week I called it helmet stickers, but I don't know. I think there's a college football show that has that, and that's like it's like I wanted to make this more fitting to our podcast.
Our speed.
Yeah, more our
like
speed.
what goes on in our chest. So that's
Yeah.
going to be called Deserving of That Chris Collinsworth Glaze.
Yeah.
And I'm sure so many people agree with what we're talking about. And then, so that's going to be we're each going to have a player that had a big week, standout week.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do a...
Oh, I didn't put it in there. Oh, yeah, we're
it's
doing
going to be a snack draft. Like
Yes.
when you're watching the game, what snacks are the best?
Mm-hmm.
And so that should be good. Then we'll wrap it up with our Week 2 preview. So let's get right into it with our Week 1 review. So we're going to just touch on each game, and we're each going to say just a quick thing kind of to wrap up each team from the week. Kind of what stuck out, where they're at, how shitty they were, how good they were, how they look, what's surprising, what's cool. Just something to kind of wrap up what the team looks like this week.
Yeah, one big takeaway from each team from each game.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, first off, we're going to start it off with that was Thursday night, Ravens-Chiefs game. Ravens lost to the Chiefs 27-20, and really a great game to get the season started. It was everything you could have wanted.
Controversy.
Yeah, controversy. It ended excitingly by a super close call. So, to wrap that up, if you guys didn't see it, the Ravens and Chiefs, to me, both looked very good. Like, they're about what you'd expect, if not a little bit better. So, for the Chiefs are still the Chiefs, as McAfee likes to say on the Pat McAfee show. He said, Chiefs is still the Chiefs. And, I mean, he's not wrong. They're somehow, I guess not somehow, they got the new receivers, and they look good. I mean, they're perfect. The Chiefs are back to being speed guys down the field. It does suck. But it's exciting to watch.
Steve Spagnuolo was cooking.
Yeah, Steve Spagnuolo was cooking. Mahomes was cooking. I mean, say what you want. Sure, maybe no crazy flashy plays, but he was very, very efficient. I think he had a pick or something, but
He did have a pick.
yeah. But he's still that guy. Yes, Spagnuolo was still cooking. The offense was efficient, and Pacheco, he's still incredibly angry.
Yeah,
When he runs,
he hates the grass.
yeah, still angry, which I love to see. On the Ravens side, Ravens are still incredibly good. They only got better, as you'd expect with everyone they brought in, and they're still going to be very much so one of the top, if not the top teams in the AFC, as they look right now. It's awesome that Derrick Henry's there. He looked good. Didn't do a lot, but he's going to just grow into that role in the
He's the RB2 on that team. RB2.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What? Because Lamar went for over 100 yards.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Over 100 rushing yards.
He was also lowering shoulders. He was sliding.
Lamar's
and
back.
he's light. You can tell he does look skinnier.
Yeah, he lost
does.
20 pounds?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He looks a lot skinnier, but he's...
Ozempic is in.
Man.
Yeah.
Ozempic is in right now.
Lamar looks good. He looks really good right now. Their defense still held up good, even though they lost people like Patrick Queen. They still held up plenty good to me. It's just the Chiefs were lighting it up like crazy. The O-line held up, and yeah, they looked like a very solid team, and they're going to be an issue for a lot of teams they play.
I can't help but disagree with you by saying the O-line held up because
halfway.
I wouldn't even say that. They had they were starting 3 rookies. The one rookie's first snap ever, he allowed a sack that resulted in a fumble, and
That's true.
they were
That's
just
a good point.
the rookies on the offensive line was just falling apart.
How'd you feel about those calls they were doing? They called about 17 of the illegal formations.
I mean, it pissed me off.
I see it, but
around the third time, and then they just kept going. It just pissed me off. I was like, his head is definitely in line with his ass.
Yeah. I don't know if they're trying to make a point, but
They were. I'm sure they were.
Because it was called a lot more through the weekend. But yeah,
I mean, I don't hate the call though because it does help defenders.
Oh, yeah,
and
for sure.
I'm a big defense guy, so
yeah,
but it does get annoying.
yeah. But I see what they're trying to do though, because that is quite a big advantage for the offense to start back further. But anyways,
But it also gives away that it's a passing play.
yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
agree. So yeah, that was kind of Ravens Chiefs, week 1. Chiefs come out with the dub.
I feel like one last thing.
Yeah.
I feel like one big thing that happened was so Travis Kelce, quiet game. There was it was almost like a passing of the torch a little bit to the young receivers that they have. Rasheed Rice, slants boy. He was slants boy this game, but he's good at this. He's good at his job.
Yeah,
he's good at that.
He did fine at it.
Xavier Worthy, he showed off that speed. I don't know how he made those guys. Whenever he took the end around for his first touchdown ever in the NFL,
First touch ever.
Turned it into a touchdown. He made those other guys look like they were standing still.
Yeah, I watched that play live and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Like you may hate the Chiefs, but you see that and you're like,
It
Boy,
looked
I
like
love
someone
seeing that.
pressed
It's
slow
exciting.
mo on everyone else,
Yeah.
and just he kept going.
Yeah,
normal speed.
nobody even
makes
touched
no
him.
sense. Yeah,
Nobody touched
it was
him.
awesome. It was cool to see.
He didn't
especially
even have to
for-
cut. I mean,
Yeah.
he cut to
Dude.
turn up field and he was gone.
He saw
I bet you
Lane
they
and hit
use
it.
that endo route once a game because
Yeah.
once he's up to speed,
Oh my.
who is catching him?
Nobody.
If everyone blocks their assignment,
Yep.
he is getting a touchdown every time,
Yep.
unless
Yeah.
the safety does something miraculous.
Yeah, you got to take one hell of an angle at him.
Yeah.
you got to cut him off
If
50 yards
they're starting
upfield.
at the 20 of their end zone, and you're the safety sitting at the 35,
Yeah.
you have to cut towards the edge of that
you
other
do.
end zone just to catch
you
really
him.
might catch
do.
him at the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Push him
really
out of
do.
bounds.
Yeah.
All right, next game.
All right,
game.
so Packers Eagles down in Brazil. They banned Twitter.
Wait, really?
Yeah. There's no Twitter in Brazil. They banned it.
All right.
But-
sure.
Yep. The main. This has to do with both teams. A field that's meant for 150-pound dudes. It's not built for 350-pound dudes, believe it or not. So everyone was slipping. I mean, it was an equal playing field at least. But yeah, it was just terrible to watch because Saquon's first snap ever fell in the backfield. It was
Yeah. it was
terrible.
bad.
But for the Eagles, Saquon 3 touchdowns
my
in his
boy.
first ever showing for the Eagles. Saquon's might be back. I mean,
Cody's hot take looked good.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Eagles found their run game, and they were just cooking. Even on that shit field, he was he was killing the Packers defense, and yeah, that's why the Eagles really won this game. And over to the Packers side, they are paying their defense the second most in the NFL, and they still can't figure it out. I mean, they were getting killed on all fronts. A.J. Brown had, 3 crazy catches for, 20-plus yards, and he was... I mean, they were getting killed everywhere. Run game, pass game, it didn't matter. But Jordan Love was keeping them in it. He was doing pretty well. They didn't have a run game at all, so Jordan Love was pretty much doing everything.
Yeah.
And then, sadly, Jordan Love had to get injured. Third to last play of the game. It's unfortunate to see. Eagles would have probably won it regardless, so it was just a pointless injury. But Eagles looked good. Packers' defense looked shit, but their offense looked good. But I honestly, Jordan Love's probably going to be out for 6 weeks, and I don't know if they're going to win a single game in that time because without him, their offense isn't going to be good, and their defense is shit. So they're down there with the worst of them. They might go 0 for 7 to start the season. It wouldn't even surprise me.
No,
so their playoff
not.
Chances might be gone.
Yeah.
So
because their run game wasn't there either.
Eagles are looking like Super Bowl teams.
Packers' schedule coming up. They're at home against the Colts. They're at the Titans. They're at home against the Vikings. They're at the Rams. At home against the Cardinals. And then at home against the Texans.
Actually, those are all very winnable games except for Rams and Texans.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
They're at the Rams, though. The Rams don't play any home games, basically.
Yeah,
no fans.
That's Chargers. Rams have quite a few.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
after the Super Bowl.
The Rams fans are.
Yeah, they won a Super Bowl in the last decade, so.
Yeah, luckily for them, the Texans game, Packers are at home, so.
Yeah, that'll help.
But as of right now, it's looking like Malik Willis is going to be the starter. There were rumors about Tannehill, but nothing has come true yet as of this recording. Probably going to look like
Colin
dumbasses.
Kaepernick?
He's got to be 35 now.
Yeah, he's real old. Cam Newton.
Also probably about 35.
Trade for Joe Flacco.
Oh, that's a real possibility.
Yeah,
but as you can see, Jordan Love got hurt, and we took him off our wall. He's dead.
Yep, he's dead to us.
Dead.
He's gone. We're going to have to get another Joe Flacco jersey.
Yes, get a Joe Flacco Colts jersey.
That's all of Flacco.
Or a Malik Willis jersey.
Yeah, Willis, baby.
Sweet.
I think Malik Willis.
They're probably going for $15 online.
Yeah,
probably, yeah. Malik Willis, just say one thing real quick. Malik Willis, I feel like, I don't know. I've always been a believer that Matt LaFleur is the one driving this ship. I don't think it's Jordan Love. I think it's Matt LaFleur's driving this. Although Malik Willis did show up to the team about 2 weeks ago, so it all kind of depends on how fast he can learn this playbook and if he can play in a pro system, which he has not proven he can.
Can he do the Joe Flacco?
Can he just? Yeah.
I don't think anyone
Maybe
can
he'll
do
start
that.
for the rest of the year. He
What?
might Tom Brady this hoe.
Maybe.
Sweet. Yeah.
All right. So
Next
now
game.
the Bears 24, Titans 17. The Titans should have never lost this game. So let's start on the Bears first. Here's my takeaway. Caleb Williams is going to take a lot longer to adjust to the NFL game than most people expected. Caleb Williams, right off the top, he did not look good.
Agreed.
He didn't look good.
Yep.
Now, did he turn the ball over? No. But he had 93 yards. I pull up his stats so I can get this exact. Caleb Williams was 14 for 29 for 93 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He had 3.2 yards per attempt, like yards per pass. So that's bad for yards per carry, if you're running the ball.
Yeah.
Now, so he wasn't taking
Did
shots.
he have any
downfield.
rushing yards?
Let's see.
Probably some.
He rushed for 15 yards, 5 attempts for 15 yards.
Ooh.
So he wasn't great, but
He was rushing for more than he was passing.
Yes. But he was rushing. Well, no, he's rushing for 3 yards a carry, 3.2 yards per attempt, pass attempt. It's about the same. About the same.
Same result.
Every time he touched the ball, it's the same outcome. But Caleb Williams, as I said, didn't turn the ball over. He seemed rattled all game. And this Titans defense isn't exactly anything strong or anything to write home about. So that's a little bit concerning, although I do keep saying they didn't turn the ball over. That is he was down for a lot of this game. The Titans were up 17-3.
Yeah.
As I said, Titans should have never lost this game. But he didn't try to make any boneheaded plays, chucks downfield, but at the same time, he wasn't aggressive. So, there's two sides to each coin. At the end of the day, Caleb Williams could have had a lot worse. of a debut, but he also could have had a way better debut. This debut was not good.
His accuracy was only like 46%.
It wasn't good.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was not good. Yeah,
even at USC, his accuracy was only like 52 or 53%.
Yeah, PFF gave him
He's never been accurate.
PFF gave him a passing grade of 50.2. So
that's atrocious.
That's an F.
Yeah.
But anyways, about the Titans. So my takeaway for them is this team's season really does hang on the shoulders of Will Levis, because this team, they were looking pretty solid against the Bears team that was expected to be maybe a wild card team up until this fourth quarter, whenever Will Levis, the Bears, he
started playing for the Bears.
I don't know what happened. Well, first there was a punt.
He went colorblind.
There was a punt blocked, returned for a touchdown. Then Will Levis got the ball back. He's like, shit, they're coming for me. And then he threw a pick six. And it's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing, Will?
Yeah, that was
bad. And then he threw another pick in there. I can't remember the exact timeline, but Will Levis is really the reason that this game fell. The game fell by the wayside. Yeah, it's too much mayo on the fingers or something, too much mayo on the brain. It was the game, like the Titans, I think, could be a decently solid team if Will Levis stays out of his own way. He needs to just play smart. Just play smart, Will, and the Titans will be okay. Now, okay is like 500, but like they'll be better than this end of the game showing.
I think so too. Yeah, that all could have been avoided, like you said. All right, that wraps that game, huh?
Uh-huh.
Next game, Steelers 18, Falcons 10, and about the most Steelers football win you could expect.
I loved it so much.
Off the toes of Chris Boswell, and just some hard-nosed defense. And that's about it. Now I'll go into more. So the Steelers, their 18 points were 6 field goals from Chris Boswell.
Long of 57.
Chris. Yeah, long of 57, so no joke.
Wasn't that his first one?
Yeah.
He was clutch all day long. And of course, the Steelers defense, you see the Falcons only scored 10. They were locked down all day long. Their new corners, Dante Jackson, he held up okay.
He did.
On the outside.
He had an interception.
He did.
Yeah. Joey Porter Jr. locked down Drake London. I mean, Drake London was barely, pretty much non-existent. He had a few catches, but let's see, he was 2 receptions for 15 yards. So he locked him down all day. Steelers were back to Najee Harris just running mad. He was talking his shit, and I loved it.
He looked fresh.
Oh, yeah. He looked good. He looked fresh. He's on a contract year, and I think he knows it. He's playing like he knows it.
And we're not signing him.
Nah, I don't think he'll be
Probably
back.
No. Justin Fields ended up playing because Russell Wilson was ruled out.
Still wore his pads, though.
Yeah, still wore his pads. He was ready. He said he was third quarterback
so
to go.
Goofy, man.
So cringy.
I love it.
Goofy.
I love it.
I hate it.
I'll just tell myself I love it.
He's too positive for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's like a down and not down and
no,
they're
we're like a
like
depressing town. We're known for working in steel mills.
Yeah, their brow, the brow's got to be covered in sweat, and the brow's like constantly like this.
Gotta be pissed off all the time.
And Russ is just like on the sidelines, like
you have to look like you hate your life.
Your eyebrows.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't dare blink, or else they fall in your eyes.
Yep. But this is exactly what I meant. Like what you guys are talking about right here is if Russell comes in and does good. Like on one of the last podcasts, I said this: if Russell Wilson does good, Pittsburgh's gonna love him. But if he sucks, people are gonna hate him. But that's how it is. Anyways, I won't talk about him anymore. Justin Fields did all right, in my opinion. He was pretty efficient. Didn't turn the ball over. He had some nice little rushes when he needed to, and he honestly looked good. I guess he had more rushes. He was 14 for 57, so that was more than I thought. But he looked good. George Pickens had some unbelievable catches, like he always does. Yep. Jalen Warren was very limited. I think he's still hurt. I think he just should have stayed out. But Arthur Smith offense didn't look too bad to start. There's lots and lots and lots of room to improve. Don't get me wrong. But I think they're just kind of creeping into it. Falcons didn't do a whole lot of nothing. I mean,
Kirk looked like shit. He changed. Did you see he changed his stance for hiking the ball?
No, I actually didn't notice
He used to always have a split stance, one leg back. Mm-hmm. Now the Falcons changed it so that his feet are even. So he has a different start and everything.
Yeah, that starts a different drop
even
back.
When he was on the Redskins, his feet were still pivoted.
He had one good drive where they marched down the field for a touchdown, and actually Kyle Pitts got a touchdown.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, but that's about it. Bijan was heavy workload. He did okay.
He had like 24 touches.
Yeah.
They slowed down a lot. He had like 18 in the first half.
He did, yeah.
18 rush attempts total for 68 and 5 catches for 43 yards. So he was their offense.
Yes, he was.
But other than that, they didn't do much anything. It was just all off of Boswell's foot. Just clutch all day long. And unfortunately, our freaking punter got hurt.
But
so that's not good.
Chris Boswell came out and punted that thing 60 yards down the field. It was way better than any punter we've ever had.
He did look good.
And now we just signed a punter. I forget his name.
Me too.
He's black. It's about all I know about him. I forget his name.
I'll find it.
And I don't even know where he's been.
Corliss Waitman is his name.
Yeah.
Who?
I don't know this guy.
I mean,
he's 25. Went to Georgia Tech.
You'd think that a team that like doesn't get any offensive touchdowns but still wins games would have a great punter.
Yeah.
Like,
nope.
Come on.
We just have T.J. Watt and Highsmith and Joey Porter Jr. and
Dante Jackson
and
Minka.
He made
Patrick
some good
Queen.
plays. Yeah, Patrick Queen.
God, our defense is loaded.
So loaded.
Oh, wait, this Corliss Waitman guy, he did not go to Georgia Tech. That was Presley. This guy is from the CFL, the Canadian Football League.
Aha.
He's 29. He's a Dutch American. Does that mean he's Amish?
He's Amish?
No.
Anyways. Yeah.
No black Amish.
Anyways. Well, that was Steelers-Falcons.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Cletus?
All right. Jaguars took an L, 17-20 against the Dolphins. Yep. Like I said, Tyreek Hill got arrested right before this game, and in regular Tyreek Hill fashion, he had like an 80-yard touchdown, and then his celebration was Jalen Waddle putting the cuffs on him.
Phenomenal.
Love it.
Yep. Yeah. But for the Jaguars, they're looking better than last year. They were keeping up with the Dolphins. Their defense kept the Dolphins to 20 points, which
pretty good.
With how good their offense is, that's surprising. I didn't expect anything good out of this Jaguars defense, but hey, if you can hold one of the best offenses in the NFL to 20 points, that's saying something.
Yeah.
Granted, they only got 17 points, but they played pretty damn well. They just got unlucky sometimes, but that's football.
Yep.
Dolphins side of the ball. Yeah, you won the game, but it was by a field goal. I'm sure they wanted to. I mean, their first drive was 3-and-out. They're supposed to be explosive, and against a Jaguars defense that's subpar, you're probably expecting more. I mean, a win's a win, yes, but you want more than that as a Dolphins fan.
Yeah, that wasn't the Dolphins we typically see in September.
No. This is still warm weather Dolphins.
Yeah, come on.
Like, Tyreek Hill did his job. I mean, you expect that, but and Tua was the best quarterback this week. So, I mean, I guess for the standards of this week, their offense probably was the best. But yeah, you expect more as a Dolphins fan, but they got the W. So, yeah, Jaguars better than expected. Dolphins subpar.
Yeah, for their standards. Yeah, I'd say that. All right, here was probably the surprise game of the week. I was the only one who got this game right. I didn't think the Patriots were going to win, but they did. Patriots 16, Bengals 10. Basically, what I said was going to happen happened. Well, the part about the defense. I won't get too high up on my chair because I'm still
on your high horse.
Yeah,
you're still 5'9".
I'm still 5'9". I still finished my picks the week 8-7, so just barely scraping over 500. But I got this game right. So my takeaway for the Patriots: the defense kept that same stingy, tough identity that they had with Bill Belichick. As I was saying before, whenever we were previewing this game, I felt like just being an in-house hire, Gerard Mayo, being the defensive coordinator for Bill Belichick, just playing under Bill Belichick. The Patriots, this defense, basically, the personnel, the players have changed over the years, but like the attitude, the mindset has not changed. Now, on the other side of the coin for the Patriots, the offense also has not changed. The offense still isn't good.
Nope.
The defense kept them in this game.
Yep.
But like the Patriots, so like it sounds a lot like the Steelers, but honestly, the Steelers defense, they're like, in my opinion, they're flashier. They make bigger plays. They make turnovers and stuff. This Patriots defense, they just like suffocate you.
Yeah.
Like you just can't move. They make you punt. They don't really make you turn the ball over. They just they make you punt.
You just can't do anything.
You can't do anything. Like the Bengals offense could not get anything going. So that takes me to my takeaway with the Bengals. I said we shouldn't panic about the Bengals, in my opinion. Joe Burrow just needs some more reps with his receiving core.
And he needs T. Higgins.
So like the guy that he's been practicing with all year, his wide receiver one all over the offseason was T. Higgins because Jamar Chase wasn't there.
Yep.
Now T. Higgins is out. Jamar Chase comes back, like barely even practiced with the team. So like obviously he played with Jamar Chase all through college, but you still kind of need those reps throughout the offseason. We kind of saw that Jamar Chase had an okay game for his standards. He was like 6 for 62. But then his wide receiver two is Andre Iosivas, who is a second-year guy who wasn't even on the first team last year, and now he just kind of stepped up over training camp. But still, like Joe Burrow is throwing to guys that he is like almost never played with before. Like Mike Gesicki dropped a touchdown in the end zone. Stupid Mike Gesicki, man. Yeah. And then the Bengals also. Tanner Hudson caught a ball running up the seam in the middle, and then right at the goal line, the ball got punched out perfectly by Kyle Duggar.
Yep.
But so Bengals are right there. I feel like it's just they need more reps. I'm not scared. I'm not worried about the Bengals. I still think that they are Super Bowl contenders. They're my Super Bowl pick, to win it all. And I still believe that. Just we've seen this with the Bengals before. Like they don't win week 1. Lots of times they don't win until week 4 or 5.
Yep.
So I'm not scared. Just get more reps. Please, show up to practice now, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Got to help out Slim Burrow.
Yeah.
Next game, Texans beat the Colts 29-27 in a
hell of a game.
A very exciting game. Probably one of the best games of the weekend.
Yeah. Definitely.
And it was a great game. All the highlights. Mixon was running all over the yard. I think 30 carries for $165.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Just running like crazy. I think I'm probably the only one. I never really express it because, who cares? But I think I'm probably the only one of us dudes that still had hope in Mixon.
Yeah, I have no hope.
I sold all my stock.
Yeah. I think he's still got some in the tank, especially going to the Texans. If he would have went somewhere else, who knows? But we're not talking about that right now. So Stephon Diggs. He's that guy. He's still there, and he proved it. All he did was help. Nico Collins had a hell of a game.
That catch on the sideline to ice the game, impressive.
Yeah. C.J. Stroud was impressive as always. And,
clean.
Yeah, just super clean, efficient, and did everything he needed to do.
If he keeps playing like that, he's a shoo-in for MVP.
Yeah.
Easily. Colts even had a good game. AR made big plays.
Hell yeah, he
big
did.
Pass plays.
Nobody in the league can do what this guy does.
Who is it to? Josh Downs or
no, Alec Pierce.
Alec Pierce.
Yeah, he dropped back. It was like a 3-step drop back. He slipped, and then he tried to catch his balance. Then he got pressure coming into his face, pushed him backwards, fadeaway throw, 65 yards down the field, right on the money to Alec Pierce. Nobody can do that in the league besides Anthony Richardson.
Definitely not Patrick Mahomes.
No, not Patrick Mahomes.
No.
I honestly don't think. Nobody's got... I mean that
Aaron Rodgers still could.
That's what I was
not that
thinking.
arm
He has
strength.
an arm.
He could.
He still has his
Not
arm.
now.
He 100% could.
No, ain't no way.
100%.
There'd be a whole ton of wincing. There'd be tearing. Anthony Richardson, he did this off balance.
Might not be able to do it off balance like that, but if Aaron Rodgers give him a 5-step drop, 100% he could.
Now,
But as far as AR, he's a physical freak.
Oh, yeah. Now, obviously, we haven't mentioned the dumb plays he had. He had a lot of, he should have had that.
That's almost, I almost expected it. He's still kind of a rookie.
Reps. Needs reps.
I saw, speaking of needs reps, I saw something since, even through high school to the NFL, he's only had 17 games started.
Yep.
High school, college, and everything included.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he's 22 years old. He's the youngest quarterback in the league. Youngest starter.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Wild.
including high school, he's only started 17 games. 18 now.
Yeah, it's wild.
He doesn't even know, everything about the game yet.
No.
Not at all.
People will be coming into the league with, 150 games started. If they start all through high school and all through college.
Yep.
They'll play 150
Can you
games.
imagine how many
This guy's
games
played
Bo Nix has
10%
right now?
of that.
Yeah, Bo Nix in college alone started 61 games, which was a record for a guy coming into the league.
Yeah, and then he probably played at least 60 games in high school, if not more, because I'm sure his team probably made the playoffs and did well in there, so he probably played, I don't know. It's crazy how little Anthony Richardson has actually played.
Yeah, so I think it's only up for him, and he's kind of he already showed a little bit last year before he got hurt, but he's just adding on to it. I think he had a really solid game. There was that weird ending to the first half with the Texans and all that, and with the clock management and how it started. So that was kind of funny to see, and that'll be a learning point for everyone in the NFL. But yeah, it was a great game, exciting game, and all the big stars had a big game, and yeah, it was awesome. Texans come out with the win. Slim window win by 2 points. It was great.
Slim Shady.
Well, the next game, I was very wrong about my pick. I had hoping Danny Dimes, mainly because he's on my dynasty team and he's my quarterback too. So obviously my quarterback room for my dynasty team is atrocious. So I had hoped that maybe the Giants could pull out this win, but they didn't. The Vikings crushed them 28-6.
Yep.
So we'll start with Danny Dimes. My Giants takeaway: Daniel Jones.
Not that guy.
He's not that guy, but at the same time, this guy needs to be more aggressive. Like we didn't have this. We watched NFL Sunday Ticket, so like we're watching as many games as we can at one time. We had to choose 2 games during the 1 o'clock window that we couldn't watch. We chose the Giants and the Vikings, and obviously terrible game. We chose the Panthers and the Saints. So I'm going to be the one recapping these 2 games because I went back and kind of watched a little bit of it just to see what I saw. And Daniel Jones, he literally plays the way he looks. He looks like a deer in the headlights. That's exactly how he plays too.
Yeah.
Always scared. Now, like I know that whenever. Some people would rather him play scared other than, like, chuck the ball into defenders' hands. Like, sometimes he does. But, like, I just want to see this guy, like, you have nothing to lose. I guess you have everything to lose.
No,
but
he has his bag.
Yeah, he's got his bag. Yeah, sure. He'll always have his money. But, like, this guy, if you want to win the job, you got to do something to prove that you are worthy of it. And he's playing like he's scared. And I don't know how – he might have one more start, and that might be it. I think he's starting this week, and if he plays like shit again, they might bench him. And honestly, I don't blame him. That means I got to go searching for another quarterback because I got Sam Howell on the roster as well. If Geno can just shit the bed, then we might be okay.
No, he's my quarterback too.
Okay. Well,
otherwise I'd have to start Bryce Young.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
The Vikings. So my main takeaway from that, I don't know how much to take away from this game. From
the Jets was the problem for Sam Darnold.
Yep,
see, I don't know how much I can say that because
he's the GOAT now.
The corners that they're throwing out there to cover Justin Jefferson was atrocious. So like my takeaway isn't even about Sam Darnold. It's about Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones was looking great.
Not bad.
Aaron Jones has a lot of juice. Let me pull up his stats. I think he's 29 years old, but Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones. Let's see. What Vikings? Why am I missing it? Oh, technical difficulties. All right, here we go. Rushing. He was 14 for 94, 6.7 yards per carry. Now, I know it's against the Giants, and Giants have a bad defense, but the Giants'
good
strength.
defensive line.
Exactly. Giants' defensive line is their strength, and he ran for 6.7 yards per carry. Yeah, supposed to be on them. So, like, I was super impressed. He still looks super agile, got great cuts as well. And we saw this last year whenever he came back from injury on the Packers offense. That's whenever they took off. And again, Jordan Love gets all the credit, but Aaron Jones is still very good, and that's what I'm saying here.
Yep.
So we'll move on to the next game. So this time the Saints crushed the Panthers 47-10. Everybody except for me was taking the Panthers to cover. What was it, 3.5?
More than that, I think.
Yeah, I remember we talked about it. It was Saints minus 4.5, and like obviously, like I respect that because Derek Carr looked like ass last year. But let's start.
Didn't get any big name receivers.
Didn't
Still
get
just
it.
had
Yeah,
like Rashid Shaheed, which he's solid.
yeah, got Chris Olave.
Chris
Yeah.
Olave.
So let me start there
Oh,
with the
yeah.
Saints. So the Saints takeaway: Chris Olave might Stephon Diggs his way out of New Orleans.
Yeah, he might.
I don't know. There's got to be some kind of beef going on because Chris Olave's stats from that game. He was barely targeted at all. I think he had 3 targets. Let's see. 2 targets.
Ooh.
2 targets, 2 receptions, 11 yards.
Ooh.
Now, like, they were crushing from the beginning of the game. So, like, he didn't really have to throw all that much. Derek Carr ended up with 200 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air. But, like, that's crazy that from beginning of the game, you should be targeting your number 1 receiver. And we saw last year how fed up Chris Olave was with Derek Carr. And we didn't watch this game to watch what was going on the sidelines, but I can't imagine that Chris Olave was happy whenever Rashid Shaheed got 5 targets. Foster Moreau got 4 targets, double the targets of Chris Olave. Foster Moreau is the tight end 2 on this team.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, the Saints won, so Chris Olave is probably not going to say anything because that would he's still young, and I think that would make him look like a douche, obviously, and he seems like a better guy than that, but I think that he might force his way out of New Orleans by the end of this year. Panthers side. Panthers are going to have the number 1 pick in the 2025 NFL draft.
Let's go.
Congratulations, Panthers.
Yeah, because the only defensive piece that they had who was very good is Derek Brown. Well, Derek Brown, their defensive tackle, just got placed on season-ending IR with a knee injury. So now,
yikes!
This defense is
garbage.
Yeah. And then to go along with an offense that has given Bryce Young no help. Now, I don't want to freak out on the Panthers offense right off the bat because
Xavier Legette had a pretty good game.
Xavier Legette, Cody's guy, did have a pretty solid game. So I don't want to freak out too much on the Panthers offense because give Dave Canales some time to cook. He proved that he can do it with Geno Smith, proved that he can do it with Baker Mayfield.
I definitely have more faith in Canales than anyone they've had previously.
Yeah, facts. But that it all comes down to is Tepper willing to wait long enough?
At this point, honestly, I think he is.
He might throw a beer on him.
Maybe, but that might.
But I bet Canales would throw a beer back.
Yeah, might get his ass in beer.
You see that the opener, there were some tickets where you could get 2 tickets for $1.50.
Nuh-uh.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
We saw how the Panthers were last year.
Yeah, last year.
Last year, though, the last game had 20 people in attendance.
Yeah, it was crazy.
20?
No, but if it's raining, there's only 20% of the seats filled.
Bro, we need to take a trip to Charlotte.
I know, tell me about it.
I'll go to
It's
any
honestly
NFL
not
game.
that far. What is that? 8-10 hours?
Yeah, probably 8 hours. Yeah, that's not terrible.
No, let's go.
I'd go to a cheap NFL game.
Yeah.
Anyways, the Panthers offense wasn't good, and now the Panthers defense is going to be even worse than it was, which already was not good. But again, don't freak out on Bryce Young. I think that he was talented coming into the draft. He's number 1 pick for a reason. Just give him some time to.
I think they're still working on getting a culture in there.
Yeah, let Canales cook.
Yeah.
Let him at least simmer a little bit. The ovens or the stove is barely even on right now. Just let him turn it on. He can't even figure out how to turn it on yet. It's week 1. Let's not overreact. Cletus?
Yep, I agree.
All right, so Cardinals and the Bills, they faced each other. Bills beat the Cardinals 34-28. There's the highest scoring game out of any game this week, which is no surprise because both of these defenses are dog shit.
Facts.
True.
Yeah, so there's no surprise from this game of how the score went. Cardinals, Kyler Murray is back, baby.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, the offense is electric. Marvin Harrison only got 2 targets.
Yeah, he's still not there or something. I don't know. I think
But-
he's still in Ohio.
Yeah, it was his first game.
Yeah,
I
he'll get better.
I wouldn't tread about it, but
Don't fret.
yeah, and then Kyler Murray, dog. He was running everywhere. He was doing his short man things. He's just making plays. It was crazy. And then Josh Allen on the other side of the ball, putting his body on the line all the time, playing how Daniel Jones should.
Yep.
Please.
But
Josh Allen's
he
still
had
that dude.
2 rushing touchdowns.
Yep.
Yes.
And he was just putting his body on the line, making crazy throws. Didn't have 4 picks. Which is, he's against a shit defense.
He didn't have any, did he?
No, I don't.
No
I
picks.
don't think he
no,
did.
No.
This is very unlike Josh Allen. This is not the same man.
No.
But this game, high scoring, be expected. Bills come out with it. I mean, the team
After coming back, so it was pretty
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah.
They were down pretty heavy.
Yeah, the Cardinals were up by 2 touchdowns and a field goal or something like that. But yeah, Josh Allen, he put the team on his back though.
That guy.
Yeah, anytime that he always loves to come from behind. I mean,
Oh yeah, baby.
he just bends them over and just does what he does.
Yep.
No surprise that the Cardinals took the elbow.
Yeah.
The
They showed promise.
The
Yeah,
most
they
the
showed a
Card-
lot of promise.
Yeah.
The most the Cardinals were up was 17-3.
Yeah. Yep.
And that was
touchdowns
with 2:21. Well, that was
First half, right?
yeah,
it
that was
was.
in the first
Like at the
half
end of
with 2:40 left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty much the whole first half.
Mm-hmm.
Next game, the Chargers beat the Raiders 22-10.
Hey.
So this was one of those games where we kind of talked about it, how the Chargers were kind of gross. A lot of us picked the Chargers to cover the spread, which I don't remember off the top of my head, but
I'll get it.
I think Raiders were favored for sure.
No, Chargers were favored minus 3.5.
Okay, minus 3.5. Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of us were expecting Raiders because that killer defense we talked about, Crosby, Wilkins, Bobby Spillane in the backfield, and just which
played well.
they played. Yeah, Spillane played well. Crosby
did not get a single sack because Joe Alt is that guy.
That's what I was going to bring up. Yeah, Joe Alt held his own. That line held its own. But this is kind of whenever we talk about Jim Harbaugh coming to town and changing the team, it showed. Like the Chargers looked boring. They were just efficient. Justin Herbert only had like 150 some pass yards, but they just did what they had to do to win. Gritty. They played defense. They just did everything.
They're trying to be Pittsburgh.
They were trying really hard to be Pittsburgh, but I think that game was all on Jim Harbaugh's back. I really do. Of course, Joe Alt too, but Herbert just, like I said, did what he had to do. Nothing special. Lad McConkey had a touchdown.
Yeah,
he looked pretty good. He was probably their best looking receiver this week.
Quentin Johnston caught the ball.
He did.
No way.
Very surprising. Raiders. So on to the Raiders side. Some concerns. I think I'd be a little concerned about that defensive line. I mean, I think they probably should have performed a little bit better. Like Cletus said that. Crosby only had very limited stat line.
Yeah.
It wasn't what you would expect. Wilkins didn't do much. Robert Spillane had a good game. They did record 1 sack for Crosby.
Yeah.
Anyways, but other than that, it was not very much. But I guess what I saw out of the Raiders, they lost. But I think Devontae's still that guy. Devontae Adams is still the guy. Still looks good. They're using Brock Bowers how we want Brock Bowers to be used.
Yes.
I think he had like 6 catches.
Yeah, on 8 targets.
On 8 targets. So that's great. But I think that's because of Minshew too. He didn't play all that bad.
No,
Minshew really didn't play bad.
He surprised me.
Yeah.
Minshew was
dealing pretty good.
I'd say he was slightly above average for the quarterback play we saw this week. He was probably above average, like just completely above average.
Probably 15.
Yeah.
Probably 15 this week.
Yeah, he was solid. I was impressed.
And the receivers, their kind of whole receiving game looked good. Jacoby Myers had a few catches in there, and he looked good. But they just didn't do enough. The Chargers defense just stood up, and they walked it back down the field and just played Jim Harbaugh football.
I think Max Crosby's sack came off the other side of the line, and I'm pretty sure Joe Alt didn't allow any.
He definitely didn't allow any, so I think it was...
He was dogging Max the entire time. Like, I was watching the highlights of Joe Alt, and
he looks
Max
good.
Crosby, by the fourth quarter, he was, like, pretty much, it looked like he was panicking, because he would try to do a move, and it wouldn't work, and he was literally just trying to jump. Like, if anyone's ever played football, you never get higher.
Yeah,
you never do that. But Joe Alt was always lower than him. He just dogged him.
Yeah. Which is crazy for a 6'9" Joe Alt. Yeah,
he was lower. He was lower than any of the other offensive linemen on the during every snap, which is crazy.
Yeah, he looked good.
Joe Alt allowed 0 sacks and only 1 quarterback hurry.
Yep,
played good.
Impressive, man. All right, moving on to the next game here. So the Seahawks beat the Broncos 26-20. We all kind of expected this to be a close game.
Yeah.
And it was. Let me just start off with the Seahawks since they were the winning team. So here's what I got from the Seahawks. I said, Geno Smith-led offense is so boring.
True.
I was not excited by this game at all. Like, there were so many punts from the Seahawks. Like, yeah, they won the game, I guess, but like, I'm not saying that Sam Howell should be starting immediately. Sam Howell is exciting because you don't know what's going to happen, which can be a bad thing, but it's wildly exciting. But Geno Smith he's so boring. He just kind of he takes what's there, which like he's smart. Let me word it that way. Geno Smith is a smart player. He takes what's there, but he's not a risk taker.
Yeah, he's a vet.
It's even more boring when you use his government name, Eugene Smith.
Yeah, Eugene Smith.
Even more boring.
That's how he played.
Yep.
He played
smart. Like Eugene, not like Geno.
Yeah, well, we want to see somebody play like Geno.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But it was very boring, but it worked, I guess. So I guess a win is a win, as we've been saying. But I guess so. What he did with his playmakers here, so receiving, he as we know, he's got those 3 very solid receivers in Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. And here's what I mean by the offense being boring. Tyler Lockett was the number 1 receiver. He had 6 catches, 77 yards. DK Metcalf only had 3 catches, 29 yards, and JSN had 2 catches for 19 yards. Like, I want to see more from my receivers that are all supposed to be good. Yep. And that kind of brings me to my next point about the Broncos. The Broncos takeaway, this team needs any kind of explosive playmaker, like, badly. It's because let me just read their top 3 receivers' lines, just like the same way I did for the Seahawks. So, number 1 receiver, Cortland Sutton. He had 11 targets, 4 receptions, 38 yards.
Yikes.
The number 2 receiver was Josh Reynolds, which isn't good to begin with. It doesn't sound good on paper. But, like, so obviously it didn't turn out well. It was 8 targets, 5 receptions, 45 yards. So that's 38 yards, 45 yards. Their third receiver was a 7th-round rookie, Devon Vele, out of Utah.
Yep.
He had 8 targets, 8 receptions. 8 receptions is impressive.
Dang,
39 yards. Like, so their top 3 receivers went 38, 45, 39 yards. We need some kind of explosive plays here, boys.
Where was Marvin Mims?
Marvin Mims he barely even got too many snaps.
The hell?
Yeah. So
they were high on him.
I know. So I want to see.
Bo Nix needs some help.
Yeah,
dog.
he played 8 snaps, 8 receiving snaps. Marvin Mims did. Honestly, please play. Like, I believe in you, Sean Payton. I like what you're doing here, but
I do too.
Week 1 kind of scared me. So like whenever Bo Nix was playing at Oregon, he did this short passing offense the same way they did in Week 1 here. So, like, obviously, it was smart by Sean Payton to do what Bo Nix knows.
Yep.
Make your rookie quarterback comfortable in his first game. But give him some playmakers because he had Tez Johnson there, who is super fast. We're seeing that now with still at Oregon. Carson, already a my guy for Carson. We haven't even done any draft prep or anything. And then Troy Franklin was there, too. And Troy Franklin might not be like an NFL caliber receiver yet because he is on the Broncos and he's a backup right now. But as far as for like going up against other Division I players, Troy Franklin was a very, very good athlete. So he was a good playmaker. So he had Tez Johnson and Troy Franklin on this team. Nobody on this receiving core is sparking fear into anybody. Like, get somebody for Bo Nix that can run after the catch, make an explosive play. Otherwise, this is going to be a very boring offense because back whenever Drew Brees was playing, he had Alvin Kamara. We know what Alvin Kamara could do back in his prime.
Yep.
Michael Thomas was slants boy. Take that ball and take it to the house. Electric. So like, just find somebody to make a play for this guy because Bo Nix did look solid for a rookie's first game. Yes, he commanded the offense. So, yes,
but he did. I think he did what he was asked of.
He did.
Yep,
for sure.
He's not gonna be a Jaden Daniels type or someone that's going to create. But
he's a general.
That's why he's perfect for Sean Payton.
He is. He's a general.
Yep.
All right, on the Cowboys-Browns. Cowboys slapped the Browns
Dogged them.
right in the face.
Yep.
Took them to the dog pound. Beat them 33-17.
Boom.
Suck it,
Browns.
Guess we'll start with the Cowboys. Defense did what they do. I mean, Micah Parsons tearing it up all the time. Offense, I mean, what's his name? Dak Prescott.
Dak.
He got a contract from this game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was
4
crazy.
years, $231 million fully guaranteed.
Yeah.
Worth up to $240 million. But like $231 guaranteed. Now, like Deshaun Watson's contract was $230.
Yeah.
And this contract was, the data of it was released right before the game. So there has to be something like going up against Deshaun Watson and the Browns, like, hey, buddy, I just won up to you $1 million and then I slapped your ass.
Yep.
So,
Jerry Jones just like, oh, come here, let me just rat this in.
Yeah.
Here. I'll show them.
Jerry Jones is like, well, he's better than him. What's his contract? Oh, that? Give him $1 million more guaranteed.
Yeah, what's another
he
million?
was clearly better than him.
Yeah.
Oh.
But, yeah, Dak was playing like he does in the regular season. I mean, it's what he does.
CD showed up.
Yeah, CD was killing it.
Yep.
I mean, it's his only receiver, really. Turd Ferguson got hurt.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
He's out for
like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
He was placed on IR, I believe.
I think so. I'll look it up. Keep talking.
Yeah, and that's,
running game wasn't anything special, but I don't think
Zeke is back.
Yeah,
he had
Zeke did
2
have
touchdowns,
good.
I believe.
You're right, he did.
Yep, Zeke is back. He was doing pretty well.
Jake Ferguson, Turd, as we call him. First of all, his real name is Jonathan Quinn Ferguson. That's so sophisticated, but he goes by Jake. So, but
by Quinn Ferguson.
but then
JQ Ferg.
Yes,
That would have been sweet.
Jake or Jonathan Quinn Ferguson.
But
But
that's where Jake came from. People called him JQ.
very well
Ah,
played.
you're Jake now.
I guess
Yeah.
Zeke only had 1 touchdown, but he had 10 rushes for 40 yards. 4 yards per carry for Zeke at this point in his
At this
career.
point,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
that's not even bad.
for a
You
pass
cannot
heavy
complain
offense.
about
Way
that.
better than we expected
Yes.
from a Cowboys run game, which was in shambles as of like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon
So-
Cooks had a touchdown.
Yep.
Yeah,
touchdown
yeah.
throw
Brandon
in
Cooks
there.
looks solid too. They're
Yeah.
yeah, all these guys are kind
Cavante
of old.
Turpin had some electric.
Turpin
Yeah.
had that kick
Yeah.
return. Yeah.
Yep.
Then to the Browns side. Let's just read off Deshaun Watson's stat line here.
Please.
Yeah.
Enlighten me.
His completion percentage, 53.3%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Passing yards, 169.
Okay.
Touchdowns, 1.
Ooh.
Interceptions, 2.
Ooh.
So I saw a stat. He threw in the air for 20 plus, like 7 times, didn't have a single completion. His long was 29 yards, but I think it was like a 12-yard throw that went for 29 yards. So it wasn't because of him. But yeah, he played like shit. Like, he needs a massage real bad. His average throw per, like, his yards per pass was 3.8.
Oh, that's
He
bad.
went 24 for 45.
Ugh.
He just, yeah, he looked like shit. I mean, he was against good defense.
Yeah, it was
I'll
a
give
good
him that.
defense. Yeah.
But I don't know if he misses Nick Chubb or the massages. But yeah, they weren't doing good. I mean, Jerome Ford played pretty well. He did what he do. But
Yeah, he's no Nick Chubb.
yeah, he's
but
no Nick
Not
Chubb.
at all.
He's like clearly a backup running back, but
Yeah.
he'll do the job.
But Nick Chubb might not even be Nick Chubb anymore. We
don't
don't
know.
know. We do not know.
No, we have no idea.
So yeah, Browns. If I were you, I'd start crying. I mean, go back to your 0-16 days. Just give up. Hope for the next 10 years, I guess, because
Go through 15 more quarterbacks.
yeah, you got probably another 10 to go through until you find somebody like
That-
Baker Mayfield again.
That brings me to my question for you guys about this game. How many starts, if Deshaun Watson keeps playing like this, which he showed no signs of improvement in that first game from anything that he's shown on the Browns so far, how many starts this season until he's benched for Jameis Winston?
Week 8.
Week 8? You think he makes it to Week 8?
Yep.
Because
Because
they're paying him so much?
yeah.
I think eventually they're just going to have to eat that contract.
Yeah,
Oh, eventually.
I think they might cut him at the end of this year.
I was going to say maybe this year. They're going to give him this year.
I doubt that no one's going to trade for that contract.
No.
Nobody.
No. I think he could be. Jameis Winston could be starting by Week 5, in my opinion. If he keeps looking like
It's
this,
too much money. I know it's looking like that, but boy, are the Browns going to have to put their tail between their legs hard and do
Does
that.
anybody have the balls / stupidity of Sean Payton on this team? Because somebody needs to stick up and say
No.
something.
Stefanski shouldn't even be
He
there,
just
so-
won Coach of the Year last
Yeah,
year.
he shouldn't.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's so dumb. It was all Joe Flacco, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting over there.
Cody,
I
you
mean,
think?
And I love
I
to
guess
see it.
did you say do you think he would
They're
ever
gonna
get
give him
benched?
this year.
You think he's going to take the whole year?
Yeah,
Just maybe throw away the season if they have to.
I think so. I think he's getting paid too much money.
Yeah.
I really do. I mean, I'm not saying he should keep starting, but Browns are going to be stubborn and just keep throwing him out there.
Browns have seen
In hope.
worse quarterbacks in
Certainly
their
have.
history.
Yeah.
They've gone through worse quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is a good quarterback by their standards.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're right.
He might,
169 pass yards.
be top 5 in Browns history.
he probably is.
Could be.
Joe Flacco's up there, too.
Yeah. All right, here's another game that I know I personally, me, Carson, and Cody all thought we're going to go differently because we're high on Jaden Daniels. But the Buccaneers completely clapped the Commanders 37-20. It honestly never even felt that close. Yeah, I know that's a 17-point win, but it still felt like it was further than that. But honestly, in all honesty, Jaden Daniels played pretty well.
He did. Yeah.
He ran the ball well.
Yep.
He was only asked to pass 24 times. He went 17 for 24. like I feel like every rookie quarterback this week showed that they were rookies and that they have a lot of room to grow.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'd rather take Jaden Daniels' performance over any of the other rookies.
Yeah.
Well, there's no question about that.
Yeah, and he at least showed some promise running the ball. Got clapped a few times. That guy needs to learn how to slide.
Yeah, he will.
But so the point I want to touch on with the Commanders, the one takeaway is even after all these defensive additions in the offseason, this defense is still, as Carson would say, Swiss cheese.
Yeah, very.
Not that Baker Mayfield is a bad quarterback. He's top 10 according to Mink. I don't agree with that, but Baker
good.
Mayfield, he was slinging this.
He's good, though.
He was looking like a top 10.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, he was. Let's see, I got his numbers right here.
He'll be top 10 this week.
He was 24 for 30 for 289 passing yards and 4 touchdowns.
I think that's second most yards this week.
Yeah, probably was.
I think so.
But he looked good. Looked really good throwing it to all of his receivers.
Yeah.
He made some good passes to Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and
On the money
even
to Mike Evans.
Jalen McMillan, the rookie,
Yeah.
came in and made some nice catches as well. So hats off to the Buccaneers. The passing game looked good. Now let me my one takeaway for the Buccaneers. I've been saying this for the Buccaneers. Rashad White sucks. He sucks, man.
Yeah, he's past his day.
I can't like stand watching Rashad White anymore. So last year the Commanders were number 7 in yards per carry allowed in the NFL, which is like 7th worst. They were allowing the 7th highest yards per carry at 4.4 yards per carry. Rashad White in this game, he ran 15 times for 31 yards. Now, according to my math, that is a yards per carry of 2.1 yards per carry.
Yikes.
And then, then my guy, Bucky Irving, came in. He ran 9 times for 62 yards. That is 6.9 yards per carry.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I don't know. Rashad White just looks sluggish. He's not a good runner. He's good in the receiving game. He's good at catching screens and then kind of bulldozing his way upfield because he's a bigger back. But with this, we've seen this. This is Rashad White's 3rd year in the league. He's looked the same in all of them, and I'm personally tired of watching it. Put in Bucky Irving, please. If you can't play him as much because he's small, I get that. Bucky Irving looks tiny out there compared to all the O linemen and everything. He looks so skinny, but damn, he was effective, and I'm excited to see what Bucky Irving can become on this offense. It looks like they're probably going to continue to keep giving him the ball because he looked good. And
I think he'll be RB1 by week 4.
I hope so, man. I hope that comes true
I
because
agree with that.
he looked so explosive, and Rashad White just didn't, and they were going up against the same defense. So, play Bucky Irving.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, next game was the Lions beating the Rams 26-20.
Another great one.
Another great game. Unfortunately, Puka got hurt partway through, but I think he came in kind of dinged up.
He always
but
is.
Re-aggravated it, just because he's awesome.
He's on the IL.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's on the IR now.
Yeah.
So this was just a great game, kind of what you'd expect, and it was kind of cool to see because it was the big name guys getting the majority of the targets and games. Matt Stafford threw for 317, 49 attempts, and Goff wasn't as much, but he was much more efficient, and their running game was just going a whole lot more than the Rams was. The Lions defense was just doing well all night against them, except for Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is back. He
How
had
many targets?
21 targets.
Ooh.
14 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown.
They're having breakfast again.
Yep.
They're having breakfast
He's
again.
back. Kyron Williams had a good game.
Hell yeah.
He rushed 18 for 50 and a tud, and he looked good. He honestly did. Tyler Johnson, he had a good game. Being that second receiver.
Did not know he was on the team.
Yeah, and he looked he looked solid. He looks like he's been there the whole time.
Blake Corum barely saw the field.
He didn't see the field at all. Zero snaps.
So
Ronnie
dumb.
Rivers.
As it should be.
Ronnie
dumb.
Rivers, the perfect name for a porn star. He saw that. He was their RB2.
I think
So
Blake
dumb.
Corum saw a kickoff,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
not a snap.
No.
But anyway, the Rams played overall fairly well. I thought they had a real chance to win it for a long time, which I guess they ended up tying, and then Lions won it in overtime, which was awesome. But anyways, so Montgomery on the Lions, he ended up with 17 rush attempts for 91 yards and a touchdown. He looked great. And then even Gibbs had 11 attempts for 40 yards and a touchdown, and he looked electric too. And Jamison Williams had a little end-around thing, and honestly, they were looking pretty good overall. Jamison Williams, I think, is kind of back.
Little breakout game there.
Yeah,
for
he
him.
looked good. He had 5 catches for 121 yards and a touchdown. He looked real good. Amon-Ra was a big disappointment, especially for Amon-Ra guys like me and Kean. He only was 3 for 13, but he'll get back. They didn't really need him this game. But yeah, as I said, they went to overtime. It was exciting, and they went to overtime, and I think the Lions O-line just decided they're going to bulldoze everyone the whole way down the field.
they ran it down the
David
throat.
Montgomery, I think, ran it the whole way down the field.
Yeah, he did.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Penei Sewell was being a dog all game, but Penei Sewell was just insane in overtime. I mean, the whole line.
It looked like he got injured at first. In the first half, but
Yeah.
then he just got pissed off, I guess.
Yeah, and that was it. I mean, once they got into overtime and Montgomery had one big carry and then another big carry, you could see where the game was going.
Yeah.
It's like they just ran it the whole way down the field.
Yeah, he took over.
Yeah, and
Carries
it was
of
awesome to see.
21, 9, 6, 8, and then a touchdown for him.
Yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, it was a very exciting game, really good game. It's always fun to. That's always, as of late, has proven to be a really good matchup. Lions and Rams never disappoints.
Rams fans definitely miss Aaron Donald.
A lot.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Lions are scary. I'd say they're the second scariest team in the NFL right now.
Guys are probably down on them after this week, just
Yeah.
because they didn't look crazy, special, flashy. But man, they're
Balanced, good all around, man.
just solid.
Yeah.
All right. Monday Night Football, baby. Jets and Niners. Niners killed the Jets. 32-19.
Oh yeah.
Jets did have the lead at one point because Breece Hall got the first touchdown in the game. Bingo Myers called that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Aaron Rodgers. I watched the first half of this game, and they were doing so many checkdowns, and they barely took any shots. It was like they were playing him, like, conservatively, like they didn't want to aggravate his injury.
It
like,
did seem like that.
Yeah, it didn't seem like they were playing Aaron Rodgers how Aaron Rodgers normally plays.
Yeah, because they opened it up a couple times to Sauce. Not Sauce. Sorry, Garrett
Garrett Wilson.
And I thought he was going to go off, and then they just like backed it off, and he started doing slants
they threw it
across
to
the
him
middle,
like twice in the first half, and
Yep.
that was about it.
Yeah.
I hope that a lot of you also placed Breece Hall to catch a pass during the drives because they just kept checking it down to him. So,
Yeah.
and he was like plus 300 every time, so money in the bank. But yeah, that Jets defense kind of shit the bucket.
A little bit, but the Niners are really, really good.
Yeah, they were just running it down their throat.
Yeah.
Like their secondary was good, Sauce killing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the linebackers and the defensive line were just
They were
like,
getting killed.
Yeah, it was like they were dead.
Yep.
But yeah, Jets poor performance. I'd be disappointed if I was one of their fans.
It felt like the Jets never had the ball.
Yeah.
The time of possession difference. So the Niners had the ball for 39 minutes. The Jets had it for 22.
Yikes.
Or
Jesus.
21.
Didn't even feel like that long.
You can't win that way.
No.
Unless
Unless you have like Randy Moss just getting a touchdown every time he catches it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
yeah.
that stat line he had were like 3 receptions, 162 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that. And then 49er side, Brock Purdy. Holy shit, was he accurate.
Yeah.
He was incredible.
If you were watching that game, like Ayuk dropped that one touchdown pass to him.
Yeah.
Just, I mean,
Love
it's
to
just
see it.
Show up to
he
practice.
He dropped like 3 passes that game.
Yeah.
Just because he doesn't have the reps. We were watching the Manning cast last night, and that's what Belichick was saying in the first half. He was like, "You need the reps, like, you just do. You need to get your hands warm. You need to
Practice
remember how to play."
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brock Purdy,
He had
amazing
a couple weird
game.
ones, but you got to expect that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was great.
I mean, yeah, that throw to Ayuk was so perfect. It pissed me off whenever he dropped it. But
Number 1 rated quarterback on the week according to PFF.
As he should
Brock
be.
Purdy.
But Jordan Mason, holy shit.
Yeah.
Out of
my
nowhere.
God.
First start ever. He went for 147 rushing yards
Beat me
on
in
28
fantasy.
attempts, 5.3. 5.3 yards per carry, and a rushing touchdown. I mean,
He was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean, the system's also very good, too. But, like, Jordan Mason just proven what everyone, or at least some people have kind of thought, that he's great. He's a great player.
he's everything that Kyle Shanahan wants in a running back in his system. He's a one-cut running back, one cut, hit the hole, plow somebody over.
Yep.
And he's going to have a lot bigger role this year, even whenever McCaffrey comes back.
And
that's all he did this game.
For the future outlook for the 49ers, no Christian McCaffrey, and you steamroll the Jets.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Bro,
you're missing your best offensive threat.
Yep.
And you still killed him.
49ers, in my opinion, are the scariest team in the NFL after week 1.
Yeah.
They're clear Super Bowl favorites.
The Jets in my opinion, Jets are best defense in the league, or at least they were last year, and they couldn't stop them.
Yeah.
The 49ers, they didn't really have any huge plays down the field, but they're just steamrolling down the field.
Running up the middle.
You can't stop it.
Kyle Juszczyk killing dudes.
Yeah.
Killing them.
Awesome.
It's why he's the highest paid fullback of all time.
Yep.
He deserves it.
But yeah, people were questioning, are the 49ers going to have a Super Bowl hangover? The answer is no. No, they look pretty okay. Yeah.
I am excited for the Jets, though. I think they will get better.
They're making the playoffs.
Once they round into form.
Yeah.
This doesn't have to do with anything except for just Rodgers himself. Even at this day and age, him being 40, no one can throw the ball like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He throws so weird.
Nobody.
I don't know why.
He did a lot of short passes, but I don't know how he does it. He's still just flick of the wrist, balls out on a rope.
Yeah.
No one can throw the ball like he can. And
it's like all
I love
forearm.
watching it.
It looks like it's just all forearm, just
yeah.
That's a whole lot of this
beating off. That's what he does in his darkness retreat.
Oh, what else you supposed to do?
What else can you do?
He's just
know where that is.
Yeah.
Might not know where your food is, but you know where that is.
You know where your drugs are, and you know where your cock is.
Yeah, I'm a big Rodgers guy. I'm a fan of him, and I think he's gonna have a great year. And I don't know. I just get mesmerized watching him throw the ball all the time. It's just awesome to watch.
Oh, one more thing of a guy that mesmerizes me, because the 49ers just impressed the shit out of me in that game. Bleep coming. But did you guys watch that? You guys watched the whole game probably.
Oh yeah.
Half of it.
Okay.
I watched the whole game.
Okay. Well, Fred Warner is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Holy shit. He's on every single play. He's right there. He knows where everybody is going to be on every. How does he do it? Yep. This guy is a fucking genius on the defense.
He's too good.
He's like they say Roquan Smith is a very good linebacker, and he is. Roquan
He's
is
top
elite.
5. But Fred Warner is levels above everyone else.
Fred Warner is tier 1.
Yeah.
The only one.
And then it drops down to tier 3.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Just speed, strength, football IQ. This guy knows where you're going to be before you know where you're going to be.
He's incredible to watch.
He's always there. And that's what I noticed. The whole first drive, Fred Warner was right there.
Yep.
And I think he even forced a turnover. Did he punch the ball out one time? Yeah.
Yeah, with Breece Hall.
Yes. Yeah, just punched for one thing, defenders are so good at that now. I don't know how they're so good at it, but holy shit.
I don't know how you hold on to the ball anymore. I don't know how you do.
Yeah.
Well, in Breece Hall's defense, it was like a little flea flicker.
Oh, yeah.
Not flea flicker. It was a forward toss.
Yep.
Yeah. Right
and I
to
think
him.
he was falling too.
No, he just turned the corner. He was getting ready.
Oh, that's right.
He was getting tackled from behind.
Yeah.
And he's just starting to tuck the ball. Actually, it was in this arm. He was getting tackled from his left, tucked the ball in his right. Fred Warner came in and just punched a sucker out.
Dude, he's just so good. He impressed me. He's literally the quarterback. He's the Patrick Mahomes of defense.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yep.
Hey, now.
Sorry.
Don't compare him to that trash.
He's the Brock Purdy.
He's top 1, not top 8.
That's right. He's the Tom Brady of defense right now.
There we go.
So,
yeah, that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
All right, well, that wraps up week 1. Now let's get into that new segment, deserving of that Chris Collinsworth glaze.
I guess I'm going to have to
go ahead.
start
You go
this
first,
just because
we
just talked about the 49ers game, and I got Jordan Mason.
Absolutely.
I mean,
100%.
Dude, this guy just got told on Friday, which he shouldn't have said that, but he said that he just got told on Friday that he's the starter, first time ever, and it's a hell of a showing.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I already told you guys his stats, but yeah, I couldn't believe it out of him. I was not expecting it. As soon as Christian McCaffrey went out, I was like, okay, it's going to be a big game for Horsecock Brock.
Yeah.
No. I mean, well, he did have a good game, but it was all Jordan Mason.
Undrafted second-year guy.
Yep.
Shanahan, he'll place you if you're good. That's how it should be. Doesn't matter where you're drafted. Don't even have to be drafted. If you're good, you're going to play. And he earned it. He showed that he's good at football, okay?
Yeah.
Cody, you want to go
He
next?
is very good at football.
I've got a feeling I know who you're going to go with.
Yeah.
And it's,
Gotta go with Boz, man.
Absolutely.
Chris Boswell.
Absolutely.
You can't, like, normally I wouldn't do something like this, but when you come in, and it helps that he's done this for years.
Mm-hmm.
He is incredible.
He did this exact same thing in a playoff game 5 years ago.
Yep. He's just been doing it this whole time. I mean, he just does not seem to get rattled. A lot of kickers might. Like, maybe not Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
Sure. But he's probably the greatest one of all time. But Boswell came in, like 57 as a long.
He also had like a 51 or 52.
Yeah. And, like, I was trying to find him here, but who cares? He was incredible. 6 field goals, clutch the whole time. Not even a question. Came in to kick a punt because their punter got hurt and it was a solid punt. He's the guy. Cool, calm, collected all the time. Literally, I mean, honestly, carried this team to a win this week. Carried the Steelers to the win because it was all him. And it's just, that's a lot of the reason why the Steelers win or are in a lot of these games, because they know, and Tomlin knows and trusts this guy, that they can count on him to probably 62 yards out.
Yeah.
In any weather somehow, which doesn't make any sense. He's awesome. He's great.
He was phenomenal.
It's kind of a homer pick, but like you can't throw that under the rug what he did.
So this game, he had one field goal that was from 20 to 29 yards.
Yep.
2 kicks that were
That
from
was a 25-yarder, I think.
Yeah. 2 kicks that were from 40 to 49.
Yep.
And 3 kicks 50 plus.
Crazy.
Made them all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Made them all. Not even a question.
And then the punt.
Then the punt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid punt.
He did better than our actual punter.
Cameron Johnston did.
he?
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. No, that's a very deserving. He
Yeah.
deserves some of that Chris Collinsworth glaze. And then I'll highlight a defensive guy. And it has to be, I'm not a Steelers fan, but it has to be TJ Watt. No, he didn't put up the stats because all the stats that he did put up got taken back. Yeah, he got 2 strip stacks taken away, but one because he was offside. So like that one,
Which he wasn't.
that one should. He jumped early. He jumped across early in the neutral zone, so that one shouldn't really count. But still, so like maybe he didn't put up the stats that some other defensive players did on the weekend, but the impact that TJ Watt had, Kirk Cousins was scared shitless the whole game. He's like, my Achilles, it's coming. Like, he's coming for my Achilles.
The sheer amount of times I saw him kick the air was like so dumb. I saw him kick the air and wave the fans so many
he was
times.
cheering on the fans in Atlanta.
Yeah, there was
a
probably,
lot of yellow
there was probably 40% Steelers fans in that
not more.
stadium.
Dude, they travel so well.
Yep.
But so yeah, maybe TJ Watt didn't put up the stats that like actually counted this time because they were all taken away. But TJ Watt, the impact that he played on the game. Steelers did not win because of their offense, okay?
No,
it was Boswell and TJ Watt. And so these guys definitely deserve some glaze.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll throw in just a special honorary, whatever it's called.
He's deserving of that Chris Collinsworth glaze.
Yeah, what's it called? Like the runner-up. Kind of a runner-up, but I already kind of said it already.
Their flowers.
Yeah, give them their flowers a little bit. I kind of already said it when we talked about it, but I don't know how they turned it on. But the Lions' whole offensive line in that overtime.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Mostly Panay.
They were solid all game, but yeah, Panay and that offensive line and Montgomery, just that tag team in overtime. It was just, that was like playoff football, like turn it on in overtime. And
they also went for it on 4th down a couple times.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah, so that's just got to give them a little bit of glaze. Everyone likes a little bit of glaze.
Warner.
Yeah, and Fred Warner.
Fred Warner. If I was going to highlight an offensive player, it was going to be Tyreek Hill. He did the Scotty Scheffler thing.
Yep.
Get arrested in the morning, go in.
Win the cup.
Go in and win the cup, basically. Let me pull up his exact stats because he had over 100 yards.
Yeah, he was very, very good. It was awesome.
Because he was, I don't know, like there were questions like, this guy just got arrested this morning. He might be rattled. Like, nope, he came out. He had 12 targets, 7 receptions, 130 yards, and a touchdown. We figured sitting there like, Tyreek just got arrested this morning. He's going to go off today. And he did. He did. So props to Tyreek Hill. He's fast. So
he is quick.
Yeah.
All right, do we want to get into our draft?
Let's do it.
So, like I said at the beginning of the episode, we're going to get into our game day snacks draft. So we'll all take turns in our snake draft, 3 rounds, drafting our favorite snacks of the day when we're just sitting there being lazy watching good old NFL. Mm-hmm. So, I guess if you guys want to rock, paper, scissors or something, we can figure out where to start.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh yeah, let's go.
All right, Keon,
first pick. I'm never on the ends, so this is a good warm welcome for me. So I gotta go with it's something we always have in our basement wherever we got 3 TVs going. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Don't.
Give me some tortilla chips, and we're gonna go with. Is it two? I can either go salsa or nacho cheese. I'm a salsa guy myself.
Yeah,
give me tortilla chips and salsa.
That's
that's something we're always snacking
What
on.
salsa? Mild, medium?
I'm a mild guy. I'm not a big spicy guy. Mild.
I'm with you, Chris. I like spicy.
Yeah, it's got
to be spicy salsa.
Even the medium salsa isn't spicy.
No, it ain't bad. I'll eat meat. I'll eat the hell out of some mild salsa.
I usually put some Franks in the medium.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. So you're basically just making it hot.
That's a good play.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good play.
Now, if you guys, like chips are kind of vague, so if you guys want to go into like some other favorite chips of yours, if that's like one of your picks,
are we allowed chips that aren't made anymore? They got discontinued.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my God, thank God.
All right, well here's my second pick. This is the first overall pick, and I can't believe it got to me. Honestly,
I think I know it's gonna be.
It's a little more work, but it's got to be classic buffalo chicken dip.
Ah, shit. Yeah.
Buffalo chicken dip all day
Yeah.
long, dude. If you get a good recipe of buffalo chicken dip, it's hard to beat, and that's simply it. It is. It's hard to beat. I realize there's a lot of good ones out there, but me personally, I can keep going back to that buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah, you're right. My first pick, it's gonna be these Doritos Jacked Ranch Dip Hot Wings.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
We had these at States. I grabbed these at States the 1 year.
Okay, yeah,
I've never had them.
Yeah, I've seen
and
those.
you never will.
They sound delicious.
They were by far the best chip I've ever had in my life.
Why they stop making them?
I don't know.
They were probably
Cocaine them or something?
Probably.
I mean, they were probably really bad for you.
Probably.
Every time I ate them, I got the shits.
Are there
without fail?
Are there any more Doritos Jacked at all out there?
No, there's the only one. Like, dude, these were.
They sound delicious.
There actually are different Jacked. Let's see.
Oh, are there?
Spicy street taco.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Buffalo roast chicken.
Oh man, they're on.
Spicy chipotle barbecue.
Oh my goodness.
Enchilada supreme.
Why
did they get rid of the Jacked?
That makes no sense.
These all sound so good. I've only had the one.
We need to get more
the
Doritos.
best chip I've ever had in my
That
life.
sounds probably like the best one.
Was like the flavor stronger than a usual
Oh my
Dorito?
God, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
Looks
they
like the
were
chip is coated.
Like,
in-
you ever had Takis?
Yes.
How coated they
Yeah.
are? It was like that on the Doritos.
Oh, yeah. I wonder why they got discontinued.
Yeah, well, it gave you the shit so bad.
Oh yeah, they're probably so bad.
Oh, let's see.
All right.
Second pick.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of more of a meal, but we eat it as a snack. I'm going to go backstraps.
Okay,
yeah,
Your
yeah.
back straps.
Yeah.
Jacob would bring them like twice a year.
Yep.
Sure.
Slapped every time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't hate that pick at all. I'm gonna go back to something kind of crock pot, just a little mini crock pot. I think
He's just bringing that crock pot every
I
day.
am. I love them mini crock pots, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Little Smokies.
The little wieners.
Yeah, little
That
wieners.
was on. That was
Little
gonna be my
Smokies are
second
good.
pick.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with.
Damn. That's a good one. Yeah, covered in barbecue sauce or whatever sauce they
Yeah.
put on. Yeah. Okay.
Worcestershire and all that good stuff. Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
little Smoky.
that makes my pick easier because I had another one in mind. I gotta go soft pretzel and cheese.
Okay.
Soft pretzel and cheese, like it's kind of
yeah.
it's more elegant, I guess, than like the crunch of the chip. It's like a smooth bite down into it. It's good.
I do
though.
like that. Yeah.
Always good.
Absolutely, it always hits.
Number 3, my third pick. I gotta go with. We don't really ever do this, but like I was just thinking about how good just a pudding cup would be. Just like watching football, just eating a pudding cup. It's out of the ordinary, but like I could go for some pudding whenever I'm watching football. Not gonna lie.
Dude, some banana pudding.
Yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from. Something a little sweet.
Or like
there.
butterscotch pudding.
Yeah.
Oh
Ooh,
my
butterscotch.
God.
Butterscotch,
slaps.
dude.
Yeah.
I haven't had that in years.
It's
I even
so
like
good,
the
too.
like chocolate, vanilla chocolate ones.
Yeah. I hate chocolate pudding, so I can't connect to there.
pudding's so
I hate
good.
it so much.
I really want to pick something sweet, but I just like the hot, savory stuff too much. If this is too much, he took backstrap. It's not too much of a meal. I'm going pepperoni rolls, like homemade pepperoni rolls.
Damn.
I'd say that's a snack.
Yeah, that's good.
Homemade pepperoni rolls are so
We're
good.
men. Basically, anything we eat is a snack. It's just
Pretty much,
It's just
yeah.
warming
Yeah,
up for the
that's
next
true.
meal.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I know one pick because I consider it a snack because if you have enough of them, it's definitely a snack. Beer.
Beer. All right. Fills your stomach. It counts.
Hey, I'd say that's a snack. Like, Many times. Nah.
Or that wine that you had this weekend?
It was good.
The whole fifth of wine?
Oh, has it got some barefoot in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
There you go.
Nice. What was it?
Moscato.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Moscato.
Moscato
Moscato.
barefoot.
It was real good.
Classy.
Did nothing.
Yeah.
Not even
Yeah.
a buzz.
That's
But,
what
I
it-
mean, it tasted great.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Are we doing 4 rounds?
Oh, wait, no. That was your last pick.
That was
Yeah.
my last
Yeah,
pick.
yeah,
Okay,
we'll do
I'll
three.
take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
way
was
to
going
end
to
it.
take a food and then my beer. But I'd rather have the beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you. Yeah, that's a good call.
Absolutely.
Good call.
Beer and backstraps? Oh, my God.
Sign me up. All right. That was a good draft.
Yeah.
Okay, so into the week 2 preview. So, who we got up first? So,
Oh, wait, tell us the standings from week 1.
oh yeah. So we
Can't
all
skip
picked
over
our
that.
games from week 1 against the spread.
Yeah.
Which is important to say. So, anyways, Jared is sitting at 10-5, solid first week. And second is Kean at 8-7, just squeaking over 500.
Yeah. Woo!
And then it's Cletus at 7-8, just under 500. And then me and Carson wrap up at the bottom. I am 6-9. Pretty good.
Woo! Yeah, that's the
And,
best record.
Yeah, it is. And Carson is at 5-10.
Yeah, and there's only the records are only 15 games because the Jaguars Dolphins game was a push because
Yeah,
the
pushed.
line that we used was -3 and it was exactly 3.
Yep.
So.
Yep, so that's why it's only 15 games.
Yep.
I saw a guy that, you know how people online always make, like, this guy's going to win, this guy's going to win. They always go through all 16 games.
Yeah.
Guy went 16-0.
Damn.
Even predicted the Patriots and everything.
Probably didn't put any money on it though.
Nope.
Yeah.
I guarantee $1 probably would have won at least 50 grand because with the
Probably.
with the Patriots upset and everything,
Yeah.
That would have been a lot.
it would have been a lot of money.
Yeah.
That stings. That
Yeah.
stings a lot.
Not bad. So we want to get an NFL and then mention a college game
Let's
or two?
do college game
Want to
first.
mention a college
yeah.
game or so?
Yeah.
So this is probably one of the kind of, I guess not bigger, but kind of more favorite ones, kind of interesting one this week.
The college slate this week is
Kinda gross.
pretty terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is kinda
It's
gross.
not very good. All the best teams are not playing any good teams. So
Yeah.
these are two of the best who could be vying for one of the top 12
Yeah, two
college
top
football
20,
players.
two
Yeah.
top 20 teams.
Yeah,
as
could
they're-
be
as they're ranked
vying
right
for a
now.
playoff spot. Yeah.
Yep, so Arizona, ranked 20, is going to Kansas State, ranked 14 right now. And Kansas State is favored 7.5. So Arizona is right now, they're undefeated. Kansas State's undefeated. Arizona's kind of coming off of, they won, but they had some rough stretches. And they kind of ended their last game good, but they haven't been that great. Kansas State's been rolling pretty well and definitely been having what seems to be a better season so far. I mean, as the spread's showing and as the rank's showing.
Yeah, neither one of these teams have played big schools so far. Arizona's last 2 games, week 1 was University of New Mexico, which is not a big school, and then week 2 was NAU. It's Northern Arizona Lumberjacks. So yeah, they're not a big school. And then Kansas State played the University of Texas. Oh, UT Martin.
Yeah,
so
UT Martin.
University of Texas Martin and Tulane, and they just barely beat Tulane. So neither one of these schools has really been tested yet, but. I bring up this game because this game has some draft-eligible guys in it. The number 1 receiver on Arizona, his name is Teteroa. I don't fully know how to say it
Tetroa.
yet. We'll just call him Tet.
Yeah, what's up, Tet?
T.E.T. McMillan. This guy is built like a horse, and he catches everything. He's like 6'5", 220 pounds. He catches everything thrown his way, and his quarterback, Noah Fafita, is the complete opposite way. He's about 5'9", built like Kyler Murray. Kind of
Bryce
plays
Young.
the same. Yeah, but kind of same play style as Kyler Murray. But he's only a true sophomore. But he'll be in the draft here in a few years. But Tet McMillan will probably be a top 10 pick. And Avery Johnson on the other side is the other quarterback. He's got some luscious locks.
He does.
But he's been playing well so far. So far through 2 games, he's got 334 passing yards and 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. But obviously not throwing the ball as much as Noah Fafita, who has 595 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 picks through 2 games. But so that all goes to. That's why I'm going with Arizona. I think Arizona covers this spread. Haven't watched a whole lot of college football. None of us really have, admittedly. But I think that there are very, very few people in college football who could stop Ted McMillan right now. Just all the highlights that I'm seeing of him, like I'm scared just watching him. And I can't imagine how college cornerbacks feel who will be car salesmen here in a few years. So I got to go with Arizona, who is going to have trouble stopping Ted McMillan.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good call, but I think Kansas State's just too hot right now, and I think they're gonna being at home is gonna help them out a lot.
True.
And just I think their quarterback's gonna have a big game this week, so I'm taking Kansas State at home -7.5. I think they're gonna kind of they've been too hot lately, and Arizona's not been reeling, but they just haven't been quite as hot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think Kansas State's gonna have a pretty big game this week. They might win by like 9 or something like that. Is kind of what I'm expecting.
I went with Kansas State as well. I don't know much about college football, obviously, but I do know quite a few of the people on Kansas State, and I know that they have a pretty well-rounded roster. And I don't really know anybody other than McMillan on Arizona, so I'm going Kansas, and I know that college games are almost never close.
Yep.
There's a lot of blowouts.
Yeah.
So I don't even consider the spread in this. So I think whoever wins is going to win by a lot. So
There you go.
yeah, I'm taking
bad.
Kansas
All
State.
right. Kansas State, yeah.
State.
Yeah, you got to say that.
There you go.
Yep. Let's get into the NFL. So first game we're going to touch on Bills-Dolphins. Dolphins favored 1.5. So
In Miami.
yeah, in
Thursday
Miami.
night.
Thursday night football.
Mm-hmm.
This will be the first Prime Video Thursday night.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
You can go
Kirk Herbstreit
first.
and Al Michaels on the call.
Yeah. You go first.
Yeah, I'll go first. So let's just get this out there. I'm going with the Bills. I think they're gonna upset here, or they're gonna somehow like lose by 1 in some like terrible fashion or something like that. I really do think they're gonna upset. I think they're gonna go down to Sunrise. This is always a good matchup between these two. I think Josh Allen's performance is gonna wake up a lot of the rest of his team, and I
hope so.
I think they're just gonna. I think they're gonna just go down there and keep the Dolphins low while they're low. I think Josh Allen's going to come out hot, stomp on them early. Tyreek's going to have a game. He always does.
Hell yeah.
But I think the Bills will wake up and go down on Josh Allen's back and shoulders, and he's going to carry them.
Go down on him.
And then come back onto his back.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And
Yep.
I think Bills will go down and upset the Dolphins in Miami.
Not a chance. Good offense against bad defense equals lots of points. Bills aren't going to keep up. Dolphins are winning it.
Yeah, I guess they're either going to, I guess I should say, I can see the Bills either winning by a little bit or getting completely dog-walked.
I think they get dog-walked. I'm with Cletus here because the fact that the Cardinals even stayed close with that terrible defense that they had, that scares me about the Bills' outlook long-term. Dolphins are going to figure it out. They were kind of hungover and trying not to get arrested, so this week, hopefully they'll be more focused. Although they are still in Miami, though. So
I know.
No, I'm going Dolphins. Carson as well went Dolphins.
Yeah, Carson did go Dolphins too. So I'm a lone wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Next game, Raiders are going to Baltimore to play the Ravens. Ravens favored 9.5.
I guess I'm the lone wolf here, so I'll
Yeah.
go. So 9.5 is a lot of points.
It is a lot of points.
Now I know the Ravens are a good team, and they could probably easily outscore the Raiders by 10 points. But I don't see it happening. I should not have been as impressed by the Raiders' offense as I was, but Gardner Minshew looked good. He looked good. He surprised me. If the Raiders stop running the ball, Antonio Pierce, stop running the ball. I know you're a defensive coach. You want to run the ball, let your defense do the work. Your defense isn't that great. Your passing game could actually be, I'd say, top 12 in the league. The weapons are there. I know the quarterback is very questionable, Gardner Minshew, but we love Minshew.
Oh, yeah.
If the Raiders can just use his passing game and try to keep up with these Ravens, I think they can keep it within 9.5. Now, I'm not saying the Raiders are going to win, but I think they can keep it within 9.5.
Yeah, I think that's a fair take, and I could definitely see that happening, but I think the Ravens are just...
They're pissed off.
They're too good.
They're pissed off. Isaiah Likely is going to keep his feet in.
Yep.
They're at home.
Yeah.
We're shaving off his toes right now as we speak.
Yep.
Rounding them down.
He's getting shoe size shorter.
Yep.
So
I think Lamar looks too good right now, and with the addition of Derrick Henry and having big old boy fullbacks, Patrick Ricard's in the backfield.
300-pound fullback.
I think that's going to help a lot with help blocking or chip blocking on Crosby and
Bobby
Wilkins.
Spillane.
However, I could potentially see an upset. Like, I could actually see the Raiders winning this game.
Yeah.
Just simply because if the Ravens offensive line don't figure it out by next week, Max Crosby's going to eat you up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
he's
no
a
doubt.
mad man.
He's a madman. Lamar Jackson's going to have to run. Actually, there's a concussion possibility this next game.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing about the Ravens. Another guy who is deserving of that Collinsworth glaze, Isaiah Likely. Game of his life, looking like the Ravens' #1 target. So, hats off to him.
Hats off.
Mark Andrews' era is over.
Yeah.
Done, so.
Scary.
Yeah. Next game, Saints are going to Dallas. Cowboys are favored 6.5.
All right, I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have the Cowboys. Oh, Carson also had the Ravens last time.
Yes.
I have the Cowboys. Saints, that game was a fluke. And then Cowboys defense, they're not the Panthers defense, believe it or not. So they're going to dog walk the Saints. I think they might win by more than 10.
I'm right on board with you. Cowboys are way too good. Saints, they had a good game, but yeah, they were playing the Panthers.
It's regular season Cowboys.
Yep,
remember
regular
that.
season Cowboys. CD's hot right now. Micah Parsons is going nuts. Dak's in regular season form.
Their corners are killing it.
Yeah, so I think the Cowboys are going to come down and win by a touchdown or more.
Well, I'm with Carson here. Me and Carson are going with Saints to cover the 6.5.
Cowboys are at home.
Cowboys are at home, I know, but like Browns. Now, obviously, both the teams that these two teams last played. So the Cowboys played the Browns, the Saints played the Panthers. Both of the teams, Panthers and Browns, I would say are kind of shit shows right now as far as quarterback situation, offensive situation. So you can't really take a whole lot from those games. But Derek Carr looked pretty solid. And I think that there's enough weapons on this team. Rashid Shaheed is so explosive. The Saints defense reminds me a lot of the Patriots defense over the years, just stingy. Their corners, their secondary basically as a whole. Tyrann Mathieu, even at his age, is still sticking around and playing good football. I think they can keep this close. I think the Cowboys might come back down to earth a little bit, and this game might be a little bit more of a scrunch, if that makes sense. Scrunch? A dogfight. In my opinion. Just with good defenses, offenses could struggle.
Yep, I could see that. Next game, Chargers are favored by 6.5 at Carolina.
Which doesn't mean anything.
No, Cletus.
I went Panthers. I think they're going to cover the spread. They probably won't win the game, but I think last game was a fluke. I think
for the Chargers or for the Panthers?
For the Panthers.
Okay.
The Chargers, they're going to always keep a low scoring because they're always going to be running. They're not going to do anything special. So if the Panthers can just keep up a little bit, have a little bit of flash, then I think that they could cover the spread.
Yeah, that's a fair take, but it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
I think Chargers are too good. They're just going to get better. I think they're going to score more. J.K. Dobbins, as long as he's healthy, he had a hell of a game.
Give him the starting job.
Yeah.
Gus Edwards is not special. J.K. Dobbins has talent.
Yep, he does. So I think the Chargers are going to easily take this, and they're just going to play good defense, and they're going to stop any chance that the Panthers have on offense. They're just going to be stingy and not let much up, kind of play like Steeler-type defense, like bend, don't break, and then the offense will come in and do what they have to go up a couple touchdowns and not look back.
Yeah, Carson also went Chargers, and I did as well. I don't think the Chargers' offense is great.
No.
But I think that it's going to be a time of possession game. I don't think the Panthers are going to be able to do too much on offense, so the Chargers are just going to be able to keep running the ball, get that clock down, and have just like the 49ers did against the Jets, have like 40 minutes of possession, and I think that it'll be enough to beat the Panthers by at least 7.
Yep.
If you see here, the next 7 games, we all have the same answers.
Yeah.
Wow.
This will be interesting.
Be glazing all these teams.
Yeah.
Next 7 games. Wow.
Let's go through it. Bucks go up to Detroit. Detroit is favored by 7. Like Lita said, we all took the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to argue anything. We'll just say Lions are just a better all-around team.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yeah, I don't fully believe what Baker Mayfield did in Week 1 against the. Who did he play again? I'm blanking already.
Commanders.
The
the dog shit defense.
Swiss cheese, yeah. Swiss cheese defense. I want to see him do it against a really good defense.
Aiden Hutchinson's going to wreak havoc.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he had 11.
Was incredible in Week 1.
He had 11 pressures Week 1. I think that led all all edge rushers, all defensive players even. But
He just can't finish.
yeah, you can't finish. But this Lions team is scary good, talent top to bottom, so balanced. They're a steamroller right now.
Yep, absolutely. Colts. The Indianapolis Colts are favored
Going to
by
Lambeau.
3.5, going up to Lambeau. And yep, we all took the Colts.
Yeah, no Jordan Love, no team.
Exactly. That's that's about it.
Well, not
And-
that. No accurate passer, no team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well,
No, well,
maybe even less accurate.
okay, very inaccurate passer,
Yeah.
no team.
Yeah. And Anthony Richardson is the MVP, so.
No.
I think he's gonna.
But
have a
he's
great
got.
game
I
in
think
Lambeau.
he'll win this game.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gonna have a
yeah.
great game
And
in Lambeau.
with how well he did against Texans.
Yeah, and I think
Coming off a
Texans
great
are-
game.
Yes. Against, I think Texans are better than the Packers right now.
Yeah,
Right now,
So-
yeah.
definitely.
So I think that they can easily beat the Packers by at least 4.
Yep, absolutely. 49ers, favored by 6.5, are going up to Minnesota, and we all took the Niners.
Yeah, what the fuck is this line?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a shitty line.
Dude.
49ers are destroying that. They just killed the Jets.
Yes.
One of the greatest defense.
The
Killed
Vikings
the Jets.
only beat the Giants.
Yeah, let's just move on. I
The
mean, this
Giants-
is a
crazy.
terrible line. This should be like an 11.5
This
line.
is gonna move.
This is
Yeah,
a week
But
oh my
still,
God,
even
yeah.
even at 8.5, hammer it.
Oh my
This
god.
is
yeah.
a week 1 overreaction. Now
Yep.
maybe Vegas is going to make us look stupid, but I don't see that happening.
They might.
I don't see.
With how the Niners are playing, no
Yeah.
way.
As we were saying, 49ers looking like the scariest team in the NFL right now.
Vikings defense they got some players, but
They
ain't
lost
gonna
Danielle
hold up
Hunter.
to the Niners. They
Yeah.
they did lose.
They lost their
Danielle
best
Hunter.
defensive player.
Like Brian Flores is a good defensive coordinator. He schemes up all kinds of blitzes. You don't know where the blitzers are going to be coming from, when they're going to be coming, but they're going to be coming.
They come hard.
Coming. But Kyle Shanahan is one of the best offensive
Oh, they're too
minds
good.
of the century.
If you watch the O-line of the Niners that first week, more often than not, probably 80% of the time, they were getting push on every single play. They were not getting pushed back.
He kept highlighting rookie Dominic Pooney,
Yeah.
the right guard.
Poon.
Yeah, he had a good game.
Pooney, baby.
Yeah, so let's move on. From that
Yes.
game.
Yeah.
Jets. The New York Football Jets, favored by 3.5, are going down to Tennessee. We all picked the Jets.
Another game I was confused by the line.
Yeah, that
It is
three and a
weird.
half
Weird
line's
line.
not good. I mean, Titans they didn't play. They lost.
They were good
because-
until the fourth quarter.
They lost because of their quarterback,
Yeah.
and he got. Did Will Levis even have one touchdown?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
one.
he had one.
He had one
Yeah, he did.
touchdown.
Yeah, he threw it to Chig because it was in
Oh,
the
yeah, Chig.
back right corner of the end zone.
Yeah.
Chig had to come back to the ball, fight through the defender, and he won.
Yeah.
So.
Difference between this game, Jets offense can actually do something, and their defense is better than Chicago's. I mean, what's going to change? Why is this line at 3.5?
I don't know.
I have no idea. I think Jets are going to come back with not really a vengeance. I shouldn't say that, but they're going to come out hot, I think.
Pissed off.
Yeah, I think they're going to get back to practice this week, and they're going to implement a lot of things. And Aaron
Maybe
Rodgers
actually
will get-
throw it with Aaron.
Yeah, I think they'll be good this week. All right, Seattle Seahawks, favored by 3.5, are going all the way over to New England, and we all took the Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, this could go either way, honestly.
This
I
is a
could
tough game.
see the Patriots winning.
Yeah,
I
just
almost picked
because
the
of their
Patriots.
defense, not because of their offense. And
Exactly.
the Seahawks looked like shit. So
Yeah, they're just. I don't know what the Seahawks are probably one of the most confusing teams right now for me to pick
It's hard to
games
judge
for.
them. Yeah.
And this is a tough game because
I
Patriots
almost-
defense
yeah.
looks stingy. Seahawks offense kind of started off good, but then kind of sputtered out against the Broncos defense, which is not as good as this Patriots defense.
Right.
So that was a scary pick.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's a soft Seahawks.
Yeah,
I was that close to the Patriots,
Yeah.
but then I remembered that they
Imagine-
still have all the options on.
Imagine they start 2-0.
Oh,
Dude,
that would
will
be something.
will people start respecting Gerard Mayo or
No,
Yeah,
no, just no.
It'd be a good matchup in this game. Christian Gonzalez against DK Metcalf.
Yeah,
So
it will be good. I could see if Patriots win and be 2-0, I can see their fans just being pissed. They probably almost want to lose.
Yeah, they probably want a good quarterback.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, they just drafted a quarterback
I
number
guess they
3
have
overall.
one on their bench.
Yeah,
They probably want a reason to start a good quarterback.
probably do. Can we
They're
start sucking so we can...
yeah,
That's
we
what I'm
can't
saying.
lose with this
Yeah,
guy.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, another guy who had a great game one, Ramondre Stevenson, was running like
Yeah,
mad.
he did.
Yeah.
can't-
Oh my God,
He
yeah.
was the only guy who was good on the
Right,
Patriots
yeah.
offensive.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. So props to Ramondre Stevenson
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yep. That's because it's the Patriots.
Yeah. No one
All right. Cleveland Browns are going down to Jacksonville to play the Jags, who are favored by 3.5. We all took the Jags.
Yeah. Browns just can't figure it out right now.
You cannot trust Deshaun Watson after what we've seen from him. Not just last game, but his whole Browns tenure.
And their defense is supposed to be good, and
I was
they're
going to
not
say,
playing well.
I was going to say, not even defense. They didn't show much in that first game.
Giving up 33?
Yeah, that's way more than
Can't do
they
that.
did last year.
You can't do that in the NFL and expect to win.
Brian Thomas Jr. looked good, too.
He did.
Brian Thomas Jr. made some plays for rookie wide receiver on the Jags.
Probably their leading receiver?
Yeah, Christian Kirk could not catch.
No.
Yeah, unfortunately. He'll be the leading receiver this game.
Yeah, he should be.
He'll be back.
Yeah, Zay Jones must have given something to him that he could not catch last game.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a gross one.
Yep.
Well, one side of the ball. New York Football Giants are going to Washington, D.C. to play the Commanders.
Another shitty line.
Yeah, Commanders are -1.5.
Yeah.
We all took the Commanders, obviously.
The Giants are dog shit.
Jaden
everywhere.
Daniels gonna cook.
Everywhere but the defensive line, and they weren't even good.
Yeah, I can't even back Danny Dimes against this Swiss cheese defense. Jaden Daniels showed way more in one game than Daniel Jones has shown in the past 3 years.
Yep.
So
Jaden Daniels is going to beat them himself, yes.
Yeah, I think the Commanders could win this game by like 10 points at least.
Yeah, there ain't much to say.
Yeah.
It's a terrible line.
Yep. Next game. Rams are going to the Cardinals. Cardinals are favored 1.5.
Cletus, let's hear it.
You picked the Cardinals. Let's hear it.
Their offense is so explosive. I mean, with Puka out, you only really have to guard one guy. That's all you have to do. Just guard Cooper Kupp, and the Rams are pretty much finished. I mean, their defense is showing a few holes, and the Cardinals' offense is showing explosions. I mean, they didn't even have to use their first-round pick.
Yeah.
And Marvin
Harrison
Harrison Jr. I mean, if they use him this game, they might do even better on offense. So I'm taking the Cardinals here, and I'm a Kyler Murray sucker offer.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. I think it's I went Rams as well. Cody did as well, and Carson did as well. Yes. But it's surprising to me that the Cardinals are favored in this game.
I know, me too.
With the Cardinals' lack of defense, and the Rams just make offense with anybody. Like, yeah, Puka's not going to be there for the next 4 games, but is Puka really, like, would the Rams be favored if Puka was playing, I wonder?
Yeah, but
I think so.
Yeah, you got to think of
Probably.
where the targets go. Like, now
Yeah.
you know exactly where they're going.
Yeah,
Like, that showed especially last game with 21 targets.
21
Tyler
targets, yeah.
Johnson even had a good game.
Tyler Johnson did have a
I
good
think
game.
Matt Stafford's still too good.
He's impressive, yeah.
He's still impressive.
Even in his old age.
Yeah.
So I believe in the Rams being able to create offense with Tyler Johnson, DeMarcus Robinson, and Cooper Kupp. Kyron Williams is still that guy.
Yeah, and Kyron Williams, he looked very good.
Really
for
good.
us.
And even
They're
Colby
not-
Parkinson.
They're,
played-
Parkinson.
yeah,
Good.
I did pick him up
Yeah.
off the waivers, but I mean, they're not going to win unless they use Blake Corum.
Hell no.
That's all there is to it.
No, they'll definitely. If Blake Corum is named like second running back, I'm gonna pick Cardinals. Sorry about it. Yeah, I pick Rams too for all those reasons. I think Rams are still the Rams, and they're still kind of surprisingly really good.
Yeah,
Somewhat
McVay
surprisingly for everything, like losing Aaron Donald and all
Yeah.
that. I think they'll hold up.
will
Just
know
fine.
how to beat this Swiss cheese defense.
Yep.
Although this defense did look better than the Commanders week 1.
Yeah, they certainly did.
But
All right, Cincinnati Bengals are going to the Chiefs, to Burrowhead,
yes.
and Chiefs are favored by 5.5. Kian, you're the only one that picked the Bengals. What say you?
Burrowhead is what I say.
That's fair.
Yeah, the Bengals didn't look good week 1. I know damn well Jamar Chase is going to be at practice this week. He's going to be pissed off they didn't win for the first week. He's going to be...
He still don't got money.
Yeah, that's true. That too. But now they all have a common enemy. Like Jamar Chase's enemy was the owner because he wants to get paid. But
Mike
now
Brown.
it's like, shit, I hate Patrick Mahomes, and everybody's like, yeah, I hate Patrick Mahomes too, and they're all chirping up, and yeah, this is one of the best rivalries in football, Bengals Chiefs.
Absolutely.
Because it's fun to actually see the Chiefs have a chance at losing. So I'm rooting for that, and I believe it could happen as long as everybody's practicing this week and everybody's bought in. I think that the Bengals could actually not only cover the 5.5 point spread, but I think they could win this game. And I hope to see it, please.
Well, this is still first 3 weeks Bengals, so
That's true.
they're shoo-in for a loss. And to cover the spread, I don't see it happening with how well the Chiefs are playing offensively and especially defensively.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Steve
still the Chiefs
Spagnuolo
right now.
is just, and then they've played them like 5 times in the last 3 years. They know them. They're not even in their division, but they play them a lot. They know how to play them, and yeah, the Chiefs are covering this 5.5 point spread. They might beat them by 10 or more. I mean, they're killing it.
I agree. As much as I wanted to pick the Bengals, because I like Burrow and I like that team, but I just can't. With how the Chiefs looked that first week, I can only imagine how much more Andy Reid's got in the bag for the rest of those players. So I can't go against them. Chiefs is still the Chiefs right now, and I can't bet against them. They look too good, and Bengals got to show me something. Burrow's got to show me something, which I know he will. I know he eventually will. But this early against this Chiefs team and Spagnuolo, I don't think it'll be this week. Next game, Pittsburgh Steelers are going to Denver to play the Broncos. Steelers are favored by 3, and we all took the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, there's a even easier offense to destroy. So the Steelers are going to be starting 2-0. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I have zero doubt in my mind. Knock on plastic, I guess. But yeah, I feel bad for Bo Nix. He's going to get absolutely hornswoggled. Like,
Good work.
yeah, I gotta use my vocabulary.
Yeah.
But I like Bo Nix, but
I
that
do
poor
too.
guy.
Yeah, rookie quarterback coming up against T.J. Watt week 2 while he's still fresh, coming off a hot week, a win. It's poor Broncos, man. The defense. Even if Justin Fields does nothing on offense, this defense could probably shut down this unexplosive Broncos offense.
Yeah, because Steelers' weak point is kind of always like the corners, and all that, and they don't really got nothing to defend this week.
I ain't scared of you.
No, but so unfortunately, I don't want to say it, but I'll say it quiet. This feels like one the Steelers could probably lose because we all expect them to win.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That'd be a Steelers game. But anyways,
That's why I knocked on plastic.
yeah, exactly. So, but I think the defense of the Steelers mainly just looked way too good. This is going to be a T.J. Watt 2-sack game. Alex Highsmith is going to have a sack. I think Cam Hayward's going to even get in there and get some.
Minka's going to have a pick.
Minka will have a pick. Joey Porter Jr. is going to have a pick.
They might
Or at
throw
least
Boswell
he's
in there
gonna
for a
have-
sack.
He might, yeah. Just throw Boswell as middle linebacker and
Start-
send him through the B gap.
Patrick Queen, you're coming off. Who the
Yeah.
hell's going in for me? Chris Boswell.
They should put him in at receiver too, because all that Van Jefferson did was bad things for the offense.
I just saw, since I was just looking at Chris Boswell, I forgot how big he was. He's 6'2", 185. He can play receiver.
He could definitely play receiver.
Put him out there.
Yeah.
And he's bald.
Yeah, he's
bald.
about 10 inches taller than Calvin Austin III.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. All right, next game. Chicago Bears are going down to the Texans. Texans are favored 6.5. Give us all the Texans, baby.
Yeah.
All day long.
They're running hot off that win, and Caleb Williams, until he shows anything.
Yeah. He's got a little bit to figure out.
Once he gets accurate, I mean, I think that they might be dangerous on offense, but he can't make a throw. So how are you gonna get points on the board if you're only accurate less than 50% of the time, and your receiver only catches it, say, 80% of the time? That's only like 35% of the time that. Maybe 40% of the time that you actually complete a pass, and then his average was like 3.2.
So Roman Dunze's hurt.
Yeah, already.
Yeah, so that doesn't help at all.
So you got old-ass Keenan Allen.
Old-ass.
DJ Moore, though.
Yeah, DJ
I love
Moore.
DJ Moore.
Yeah, DJ Moore was solid.
He's athletic as hell.
I mean, Texans, so the Bears, Caleb Williams is running for his life against the Titans defense. I said I thought Titans defense was going to be, at best, probably average.
Yeah.
This Texans defense is top 8, top 6. D'Amico Ryan's led defense is scary, and Caleb Williams is going to be running for his life again.
The defensive line is scary.
Yeah.
Daniel Hunter and who's that other guy?
Oh, shoot. Will Anderson.
Yeah.
Will Anderson,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Good luck, Caleb.
Yeah, so.
It's going to be a rough week, too, possibly.
And it's at Texans.
It's at Texans.
Oh, it's going to be so loud.
Yeah, Texans fans are riding at a high right now. Their team is overachieving.
It's going to be a sold-out stadium.
I'm happy to see it for the Texans, though, because they're still technically a new franchise. They were made in, like, 01.
Yeah,
it was
something
an
like
expansion.
Newest, yeah.
Expansion
Yeah.
team, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that Texans team. Love the guys on there. All right, last game of the week. The Atlanta Falcons are going to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 6.5. So me, Carson, and Cletus all took the Eagles. Kian, you took the Falcons.
I did. I still believe that the Falcons could be a Super Bowl contender here. They were my pick against the Bengals.
After losing to the Steelers. That means the Steelers are too.
Hey, I mean,
Yeah!
Kirk Cousins at 36 years old, coming off an Achilles injury. I wouldn't want to go up against T.J. Watt either. He was running for his life. I'm not as scared of this Eagles pass rush. They don't have a T.J. Watt. They don't have a Hassan Reddick anymore. They got Jordan Davis, who's much more of a run stuffer. Jalen Carter can get in there sometimes. But edge rushers, they got Bryce Huff, who they're trying to use as a full-time pass rusher, and he's never done it before. Jalen Hurts also on the Eagles side, offensive side of the ball. Jalen Hurts didn't look.
Interceptions.
He didn't look good.
Yeah, he
didn't look good. So I think that if the Falcons can just merely keep up, their defense looked pretty solid. I mean, it was against the Steelers' offense, so I don't know how much to take away from that. But they didn't allow any touchdowns. It was only field goals. They got a lot of talent on this Falcons team, and I think it's only a matter of time until they turn it around. Because the Eagles, even though they beat the Packers there in Sao Paulo, it was sloppy. The whole game was sloppy, but the Eagles didn't look. I mean, the Falcons obviously didn't look good either, but I think that the Falcons could turn it around here. Maybe not win the game, but I think they cover the 6.5.
Yeah.
No.
I can see where you're coming from, but I don't think this is the game for it. I think the Eagles at their home stadium.
Running them down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. They're going
environment.
This is Saquon all day.
Saquon City.
Yeah.
I
He might
think-
get 3 more touchdowns.
He might.
It should be a good like nice little head-to-head Saquon against Bijan.
Yeah, Saquon Bijan and even like A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith against that
Drake London.
that secondary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, against the Falcons secondary. That would be really good too.
AJ Terrell and then safeties are good. Justin Simmons.
Jesse Bates, Justin Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Eagles are
I think
so
they're-
strong right now. Their
Yeah.
offensive line is
Doing what they do.
absurd. Like
Yeah.
their offensive line is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of proved that even if
Without
Jalen
Kelsey.
Hurts does garbage, they can still pull out the win because Saquon's an animal. Offensive line is great. Their receivers are great. So I think it's only up from here. Great. I think it's only up from here for the Eagles. So I think they're going to beat the Falcons. Okay, that wraps out our Week 2 preview and this episode. So if you guys have any suggestions, feedback, questions, comments, anything like that, let us know. We have an email. Still have that. That's laststopsportstalk@gmail.com. Our comment on here, on video, do whatever you want.
Tell
Like I
Carson
said.
how ass he is at picking
Yeah,
games.
you're right.
Yep, he's
5
terrible.
and 10. Yeah.
The worst.
I'm
even.
so much better, 6 and 9.
Yeah.
So much better.
So much better. So thanks for listening, you guys, and we will see you on the next episode.